Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
This is VP4 TV. Here is a list of scheduled upcoming matches in this year's VP4 2022 World 10 Ball Championship. I will try and stream as many matches as I can, although time zone differences will be an issue. I must thank those players who take this into consideration when arranging their matches. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels to join in the stream chat.
Well, good evening. Welcome to VP4 TV. We're back in Virtual Pool 4 online. Excuse me. We're here for, well, we're actually here for a little bit of a mix tonight. We're going to start with the first hour of Friday Night 9 Ball. Where when I just checked a minute ago, there was 2 spots left. Popman has signed up, so that means there's 1. I'll just double check that in a second. Welcome to Cobra. You're the only person there, Cobra. Nobody else has said hello. But as you can see, the upcoming matches are hotting up now. We've got the one lost side match tonight between Cobra from the UK and Mooncake from the Netherlands. And that starts in just over an hour's time. We've got the one lost side match, which is on Sunday. We've now got 2 matches on Sunday. One at 4 PM in the afternoon, British summer time. That would be 11 AM Eastern, and it would be 8, 9, 10, 11. It would be 8 AM Pacific, if my calculations are right. And I should be home in time for that match between Brain Pullout and Hairpig. And then we've got a big match on the one lost side later on Sunday night. We have the match between Bill from the US and Fantastic Mr. Fox from the UK, and that is at 7 PM on Sunday night. So I'll be there for that as well. But the big news is we've got the clash of the Titans, the 2 Swedish Titans, that is. We've got Albinario and Bedhead going to go at it on the winner's side, and that is this Wednesday night coming. And the good news for that is I'm guaranteed to be there, so I'll be off. That's my first day off, and that's at 7:20 on Wednesday night. Again, British summertime. Welcome to Tommy. And then finally, we have that match that was arranged and has been for a couple of days, and that's for next Saturday. And that's between Popman and Spectre Dawn, the winner's side match. And that starts at 7 PM next Saturday night. Now, I hasten to add, as I mentioned in the stream last night, I won't be playing the league night next week. I'll be chopping the team up a bit. I'll be playing tomorrow night. But I want to be there for that match next Saturday. Now, what else was I going to say? I had something else I was going to say. It probably come and gone. So we're going to start with Friday Night 9. But let's have a quick. That's what I was going to do. I was going to quick look at the event is now closed, so we're full again this week, which is great news. Friday Night 9 Ball's the best supported regular weekly tournament and has been for a long time. We've got Ice Age, we've got Alex76. The bracket has now gone up. Well, it will have gone up, it's gone live now. But I don't care who he's playing, but I'm going to be in to watch Yamaguchi Taru because he's been a long time away. He's been away at that other place. You know what I'm talking about. And for some reason, he's been back in VP4 for a couple of days. So we've got Brain Pullout, Chase One Around, Chimpy, Gunnet, Jess Dev, John Boo, Larry, Mr. Bill, Popman, Sylvia, Spectre Dawn, Stefan, Travelling TT, and Yamaguchi Taru. So let's have a look at the bracket. So top to bottom, we've got Bill against Brain Pullout, Gunnet against Jess Dev, Sylvia against John Boo, Larry against, oh, there's a cracker of a match to start off. Larry against Yamaguchi Taru. Popman against Spectre Dawn. That should be a good match. Popman will be getting a handicap there. He can make the most of that. We've got Stefan against Ice Age. Chimpy against Chase 1 around, Alex 76 against Travelling TT. So there's the match we're going into. Let me just get that set right. And we will head now. Hang on if I can remember my buttons. Welcome to Mark. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the buttons to get to the Friday Night 9-ball screen now. Hang on a second. Is it this one? Yes, it is. There we go. So, we are heading in to watch the match between Larry and Yamaguchi Taru. I presume Yamaguchi Taru's still in the lobby. And we are underway, and Yamaguchi Taru is getting the 8-ball, race to 7. Spot money is on, as you remember. So if the 9-ball goes down in a break, it comes up. Jump cues are in this, and I don't know whether I've already said that because I'm not listening to myself. Winner breaks. Right, so here we go. Welcome to WIT. Welcome to Semi-Pro. Now, apologies for last night, guys, and I can assure you I have done absolutely nothing. I'm just wondering whether me tinkering about with XSplit Broadcaster, because I've been adding a few things using the macros that XSplit has, and I wonder if that's messing about with any sort of maybe shortcut keys that are in. That's what I'm beginning to think about. I'm wondering if there's shortcut keys that are already set in Discord, and because I'm using them in this with Discord open, maybe that's buggering up Discord. We'll soon find out, because Steve's planning to be here for the match between Cobra and whoever it is he plays, because I've already forgotten, Mooncake. And we'll see if it works now. If it doesn't and it's knackered again, that's maybe what it is. Because I can assure you, I wasn't anywhere near Discord and messing about with anything. But anyway, first blood to Larry. And 2-ball in the break. It's going to have to be a 1-7 combo. Let's check my other camera button. Suddenly that's not working. Well, that's brilliant. It's buggered up. Yeah, there's weird things happening. Oh, that's going to hang off. My momentary user button is not working now either in VP4. Let me just have a look at that. Key mapping. Set momentary view. User is Control W. Let me just do that. And my donut button isn't working either. No, it's working. Right, let me try this. That's working now. Right, what's everybody saying? Tommy's saying something, but I don't need to drive. I've missed half the chat here. Well, Yama is in, and as you'll notice, he's still playing with the house cue. He's got lots of bottom in this cue ball. He needs to watch he doesn't miss cue. And who am I to tell him, because he's a master of the house cue. You've always got to remember that the house cue's got a wider margin for miscuing, but he seems awful low in the cue ball, and he seems to be getting away with it. Well, it's he's played the cut there, and his chance may well have gone. And Larry, I think, can get around the corner and out here without running into the 9. I think he can if he puts a bit of spin on this as well. The danger is if he doesn't. It looks as if he can avoid it. I could be wrong. He's just hitting it plain ball. You see, he did clip it, but he's still okay. So Yama had his chance, missed the cut in the side, and Larry's 2-0. And again, balls in the break, but first one of the night. It's a scratch on the break for Larry, and Yama, with ball in hand, having a good look round. So the one into the corner, the 3 ball looks as if it's going up table, with a little follow through for the 5 and an angle on the 5 to come back up. No, he's taking his 3 into the same pocket. Yeah, Z-Cat, well, I can only go by what I've seen now. I've not seen him for a fortnight now. I've not seen him anywhere near VP4. So it's strange. But again, I don't know if there's anybody out there got him on their friends list, or whether they know he's on Facebook or nothing like that. It would be Brazilian Facebook, wouldn't it? Well, this is a bit high, so I feel he's obviously got to go up and down back into the table and go far enough. And he's made sure he's far enough, I'll give him that. And now he's going to bump the 9. But he should, depends, he doesn't want to bump this too hard, because this could end up scratching this cue ball. Stupid things happen. See, it's went forward, but he's okay. And he's brought the 9 back into play as well, so he looks as if he's getting off the mark. Yes, I am. What's the problem? I'm always streaming at 60 FPS. I'm getting information telling me everything's okay. Is anybody having any problems? Well, I missed that there, but it looked as if it was missed by a mile there by Larry. I didn't quite catch the shot. I'm reading the chat there. Yeah, he did. I mean, that was him back there after a long time away. Z-Carry. He must go in and out of prison regularly. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, that's just killed the 3 ball. And I think he's got an angle in this too. He might try and get a bump, but yeah, he's a bit straight in the 2. He's got a slight angle. He's going to have to punch this in with a bit of left, unless he's thinking of some other route that he's going to go, but I can't work it out. Looks as if he's coming back. I didn't think that was ever going to work. But the other problem is I think I can just tickle it through. He hasn't got cover, just because he was sitting at the wrong angle in that ball there. And now there's a chance. Yama can play this 3 ball, come in between the 7 and 9, and try and get right down to the 6 here. And if he finishes in front of it, he'll leave it awkward, and he can also try and use the 6 ball as a blocker, but of course there's a danger he might pot it as well. The YouTube app on TV won't stream at 60. That sounds a bit duff, doesn't it? Oh, Yama didn't really get the cue ball away very far. And Larry's not played a great one there either. I wonder if Yama's going to take the bait. because this 3 ball might come off the 6 and go along the short rail at the bottom here. Oh, it tried its best to give it a second go there, but they're both hung up. I take it we've got no complaints about the picture or stuttering or anything, apart from Whit having a problem with his telly. Nobody else seems to be mentioning anything. The big test is going to be when Steve arrives. Oh dear, Larry's put loads into it, get that cue ball back down to the 5, and he's hung the 4. I wonder whether Yama can nip this in. I don't think he can. I think this is far too tight. It's going to catch the knuckle. There'll be some shot if he does. Yeah, he's missed it completely. So I think he should have again took his medicine there, bank tap back across the table and run for cover. It was never going to pot. And he's let Larry off the hook here once or twice already. What? 720's what they call HD quality. I mean, it's not the sharpest, but it's still better than 320, isn't it? I think Larry's got himself a bit straight here on this 7 ball. Yep, he's just having to run through in the short side and it needs to slow up. And this is still a tester. Got to watch he doesn't send that ball to the rail too soon. And he has done, and that's exactly what happens.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
Well, the round of applause is not for catching the knuckle, but it was bound to happen. You just send it to the rail too soon. And Yama's got another chance, and again, he's played the right shot to get the cue ball around the corner, but he's struggling to find his aim here, Yama, and that's what happens when you're not at the table as often as you would want to be, or you're in other places. You know what I mean when I say that. You're in the other place. Well, Yama's selling himself here because he's 3-1 down and he's got nobody to blame but himself. The errors have been there. And Larry's getting a ball in the top right-hand corner every break. You notice that? Every break he's getting a ball. And I don't know whether it's a wing ball, but he's getting a ball in every corner. It's going too fast for my eyes. Well, any other day of the week, I would say Larry's going to be out here. It's going to be 4-1. This is going to run too far. It's running too far. Well, he's going to have to stub it, give it a blast, and he needs to watch the scratch. Got to get the pace in it. And that looks not too bad. That's finished pretty nigh perfect in the 6. Oh dear. Well,
let's watch the replay.
Let's see what Larry was doing there. Was he putting a bit of inside left on this? I don't know what he was doing. Well, Yama's getting chances, and he's going to have to try and get back for this 7 ball with a house cue. Always remember that. I mean, he doesn't have the pace. That's the problem. He's almost got it there, though. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. He's probably going to... I think the safest shot is to get up and down. Get the pace in it. But he's trying to nursemaid it in. Cue ball's leaking away though. But he's okay. And, well, Larry's I'll say that again. Larry's is as much in trouble as Yama because he can't find his feet. Even though he is now 3-2 in front. He just can't find that consistency, which is always leaving me in doubt as to whether Larry can get enough balls together to start running out racks and really punishing Yama. Now this time the house cue has let Yama down on the break shot. He's come up dry. Oh, what's happened here, Larry? Well, it ain't falling into place. Now, he's tried the kick in the 3 ball. He's missed that. Oh, but he's now nudged the 4 ball into an awkward spot. Let's have a look at this 4. I don't think you can get enough of that 4 ball to pot it, and I think if you were in the rail here, you're going to foul the 8. That 8 ball is locking up the 4. $13-12 to Mooncake. Well, it's going all the way, is it? Well, that's a bit ambitious playing the 3 ball at that pace. I mean, he's still got a shot in the 3 ball. There's no way that he's getting to this 4. It would need a fair bit of dig in the cue ball, but can he generate the pace with this house cue? Oh, he's brushed a 5. That's unlucky. That's unlucky. And Larry, of course, can't pot the 4, so the next best thing's to just put Yama in trouble. And, well, Yama can kick this off the short rail. It's not that difficult, as long as you can trust your eye line. He's looking at possibly 2 rails here down in the corner and up the table. 1, 2. And that's a nice shot. And he's left nothing easy. In fact, it's not a great bank either, this 4 ball. He's having to cut across it, but he's going for it by the look of it. He's having to cut across it to make the angle. Once again, Yama comes to the table with a good chance to tie this match up at 3 racks all. Not sure why Larry played safe that way. It'd be better to play safe the other way with distance away from the 4 and leaving white. That exactly semi-pro. You know what I'm like. You know what I keep saying. It's all very well getting cover. If you're going to get cover, you have to get the cue ball nailed tight. But the simple shot there would have been to nail the cue ball and get distance in the object ball. That would have been a lot easier to play. Oh dear. What's happened here? I never heard anything ticking there. Do you notice that? I never heard the shot clock ticking down. That's weird. I never heard the shot clock, and Yama's timed out. And Larry's at the table. That's strange. I never heard any of the countdown things, the beeps on that shot clock there. There's a result through already. Bill's off and running against Grainfill out. Bill's come through 7 racks to 1. Well, that was weird. I wonder if Yama's still here, if he's disconnected or something. Yeah, there you go. That's why we didn't hear the shot clock. Now, if Yama comes back in, watch what happens. Pay attention to what happens here. Watch this, because Yama has been at the table, and I'm pretty certain on his end he has probably won the rack. And when this loads back up, I'm wondering whether Larry's actually won the rack. This is going to probably change if Yama gets back in. But you notice that as well. Acero from Japan, Yama, if he's living in Japan, they've got bloody crap connections. But that's why, that answers the query as to why we didn't hear the shot clock. I think Larry, when Yama comes back, it may well load the game with him still at the table, because I'm pretty certain he probably ran that rack out on his PC. It'll be interesting to see what happens if he actually manages to get back in. It might be an Acero situation here. Well, I would think that's what would happen here, Pig. I would like to think that's what would happen, because it's not fair to Yamaguchi Taru, but looking at it, Yama's back in the room, and Larry's breaking off, leading by 4 racks to 2. So that's not what it does. I don't know. It's strange how it works it out, but anyway, Yama's not saying, and there's nothing he can do about it anyway. That's just the way things are. So Larry now with a 4-2 lead. And Larry's had, the 5 ball in the break. Do you think I should leave the room? I think that might be a good idea. But I don't think it's going to make a difference, to be honest with you. Let's just double check. I'll be surprised if it does. No. It's exactly the same. Larry on the 3 ball. Everything wide open. I mean, there obviously there's a... Steve will explain it when he arrives. I'll let him explain it. How many balls did Yama have to pot? He had about 3 balls left to pot, didn't he? And they were all there to pot. He wouldn't have missed. And I'm fairly certain that would have been what he saw on his computer. But now he sees Larry with a 5-2 lead. A lot of work to do. Six ball into the side, 2 ball into the bottom left corner, and the 3 ball just getting out of the way of the 1. And of course the 3's very handy. And I'll say it now, Larry should be in the hill here. He's got nothing to do. Just roll through on the 4. He wants to roll through and get fairly straight in this 4 ball. And he hasn't. So now he's going to have to go down table and back up to the middle of the table. As he's trying to draw to the rail, that's what he's doing. He's drawn into the rail, but the danger there's that side pocket, and he's got away with it. So we are 33 minutes away from the main event of the evening. The one lost side match between Cobra and Mooncake in the VP4 10 Ball World Championship. Larry's 6-2 up on the hill. Now let's see if something gets into that top right again. Not this time. 6 ball goes in though. Nudged in off the 1. And a shot on the 1. Or where is it? No, that's a 9 ball that's up table. He's partially covered by the 7. I thought that was a cue ball up top. Now you could cross bank this. I think you can see enough of it to try that shot. Yeah. And it goes.
Let's watch the replay.
Unlucky
of that
though.
last shot.
He's blocked off in the 2. Oh, that's a good shot as well.
Let's watch the replay.
And he's blocked off again. He's blocked off again in the 3. He's going to have to get out the jump stick this time. And he's got room. And he'll be going for the cut. Now he should be using his W. Well, he just went for the hit. He should have been using his W key there to line the shaft up there, Larry. Because he was nowhere near cutting that 3. He hit it full on. But he's got an emergency bailout here because the 4 and 9 are locked up. But have they a combo? No. Well, they're not a combo from the 4 ball side, but they're a combo from the 9 ball side. Now, the interesting thing here would be if Yama spotted that, and he's missed the 3 anyway. But if Yama had potted the 3 and dropped it in behind the 5, for example, he could have blasted the 5 up to the 9 and potted the 4. Because that 4's dead. And I don't know what the hell Larry's doing. But Yama, I don't know whether he's looked at that 4 ball. There's another result through. Ice Age has beaten Stefan by 7 racks to 5. If I was Yama, I'd be slamming this 3 ball into the 9 and playing that combo and hoping I get lucky in the 3. I think he's gone for it, but he's just potted the 3, and I don't know whether he's even spotted that because look at that, it's stone dead. You can't miss it. And I would have blasted that into that 9 there and rode my luck. I would be on the 3. No, you could. I meant to say the 3 ball. You know, get below a ball and bang it onto that 9. I might have said the 5, but you know what I meant. You know, hit the next ball on and drop behind one to play it up to it. But anyway, the combo's now gone. And that nudge on the side pocket there has given Yama his lifeline. presume he can see enough of the board. Yes, he can. Oh, he's the wrong side. He's got into it too much. So 1, 2, 3, 3 rails, and he has to get the pace right. 1, 2, 3, the pace looks good. The pace is perfect. So Yama survives another rack, and again, he doesn't have the power in this break, but he's getting balls in there. A couple of balls have gone, and Sylvia is through. She's beaten John Boo by 7 racks to 4. Thin cutting this one ball now. Again, this will be 3 rails. 3. Well, it might not be. I think the scratches may be on. He might be drawn into this. I'm looking at the angle from here, and it looks as if the 3 rails might not be on. I don't know how thin he has to pot it. Again, he's struggling. He did get the 3 rails, but I think he got the 3 rails because he missed the pot. I think if he was taking the right line there, he might have struggled to get the 3 rails. But Larry now has his chance to seal it. Another result through, and Chase One Around has beaten Chimpy by 7 racks to 3. Now, who's that in the chat? VTuber. That's somebody from Japan. I feel really happy. Well, we're happy to have you, whoever you are. It's not Yama, isn't it? It's not Yama. Well, this is just going to come out a bit too far for comfort here. This is another testy one. At least he doesn't have the joy of the middle pocket to run past, and he's fine. He's in no danger here. It's just a question of controlling the pace in the cue ball, and again he's going to be in sort of no man's land, and it's another dodgy one. It's Japanese text by the look of it. So Larry goes through, and Yama just could not get into it. It was those unforced errors that cost him in the end. But Larry had his fair little share of them, gave Yama chances. So Larry's through, 7 racks to 3. Lots of results have come through as well. So let's have a look and see how things are shaping up. We've got Bill through, waiting on the winner of Gunnet and Jez Dev. We've got Sylvia just about to play Larry. And we're going to head in, if I can get this thing to work, and see the remainder of this match with Popman and Spectre Dawn. Popman getting the 6 ball, and he's trying the combo on this 6. Oh, well, I don't know what he tried. Did he play the pot? Maybe he was playing the pot. And this is... these are the ones that Steve says is easy. He says these are easy. Well, that one was easy enough. And that gives Popman his 5th rack. So, Popman with the break, getting the 6 ball. And looking to try and take this all the way. I don't think he's getting any joy. And Spectre Dawn can see enough of the 1. He'll be on the 2. And then he's got a 4-7 combo that's dead set. So, but he's not got the 1. So Popman has his chance. Now he should already have looked at that 4-7 combo so he knows where he is and where he's going. And another result through. Alex 76 has beaten Travelling TT by 7 racks to 3. And now the problem for Popman here is coming off this 2 ball and missing the 4 and the 7 and trying to drop in behind the 3. He needs to get right into the cue ball. Well, he's actually avoided going behind. He's still reasonably good. He's maybe a wee bit high. Yeah, I think he's a wee bit high. He needs to be really gentle as he can. And he's held it pretty well. Now, the 4's bound to be on that side of the table. And that's well played. So, 5 ball into the top pocket. Depending on the angle he has on the 5, will determine what he's going to do. Now, he can come back for the 6 into the opposite corner. He can roll through for the 6 into the side. It's Spectre now. I have noticed that. I'm already... See, this is what happens when you try to multitask, read the chat, and then look back at the table. It's horrible. But anyway, another result through. The results are flying through. We've got Gunnett beating Jez Dev by 7 racks to 2. And Spectre Dawn is now through against Popman by 7 racks to 5. Right, so lots to catch up on. Let's do a quick refresh. And that's the wrong button I pressed, isn't it? It should have been that one. So, quick look. Bill now playing Gunnett, and Gunnett is getting 6 and out, which is a hefty handicap. We've got Sylvia playing Larry. Sylvia's getting what looks to be the 6 ball, and Larry's up 1-0. Spectre Dawn's now playing Ice Age, and Chase One Around is playing Alex. Let's go in to see these 2 guys. I mean, these are players I've never really watched. And Chase One Around's getting a 7 ball. And this is one reason that Chase One Around's dangerous, because he's getting a stack of money balls against most of the top players. And even against Alex, who's only, 100 points more than him, he's getting a 7 ball. And you can see the difference in quality with the different level of players and how they move the cue ball. Oh, where's the cue ball going? Well, it's not a bad result where it's sitting. I mean, there's a risky safety on cutting that 7 towards the other right-hand corner pocket and trying to bring the cue ball down and use the line of the 8 and the 9 there. There wasn't great odds for getting cover, but we only 2 balls to try and get behind it. It's a slim chance. Well, that end result's not bad. That is not bad at all. Now, what line's he taking here? Oh, the cue ball's going to run along the rail. That's always the danger every time you play a shot like that. If you catch the back of that ball, there's strong odds for that cue ball hugging the rail and dropping into a pocket. So chase one around, has an easy rack to get underway. So the intention is, once we get to nearer that time, in fact, the other thing is we need to keep an eye out that Mooncake is going to show up, and he is showing up because he's in the lobby. That's good news. And that's a miscue. So we're looking good to have a match on at 8 o'clock. Now, where is, I think Chase won a round from the States. No, he's from Canada. And Alex is from Italy, according to the flag. Welcome to WizKid. Well, if there's any newcomers that come to this stream and have seen streams in the past or anything like that, and they've been watching a lot of the top players, they'll think VP4's easy. But then when you watch players that aren't of the level and quality of what we're going to watch later on, they'll maybe appreciate that it ain't that easy. There's a lot of learning to be done. Or you have to bring a lot of learning that you've had in real life to this game. And that's a big bonus if you can do that. Yeah, Chase one of rounds want to have a chat with the guy, but the guy says, Alex says, I speak little English, sorry. That's one thing I found about Chase one around. By God, he likes to talk. Well, he might have got a fair bit of cover behind that 7 ball. Well, this ain't going to work. Not with a house cue, I'm afraid. Here we go for a slam and a 5-9 combo. No, he didn't slam it. I'll give him credit for that. He didn't give it a capo. Oh dear, so when you start beating balls about, the inevitable will happen. So, ball in hand for the 5-9 combo for Alex. Now, if he plays this as, well, I was just about to say, if he plays this as gentle and controlled as he did the previous effort, then he may well get that in, but then he went opposite. Well, that's exactly it. I coined the phrase capo in it. Well, I don't want to be seen as just, you've got to see some of the other guys and to let other people that maybe watch the stream see that, it's like real life. You've got varying differences of quality. And both of these guys have a long way to go, and it's up to them how far they want to go as to whether they're going to start learning things. I mean, most of these lower-rated players, they know how to draw a ball, but other than that, they're then stumped on the other intricacies of moving the cue ball with English and doing the right thing there. You see, that's just, I mean, that shot there he's played, that was inside left, and he's got there. I mean, that was a good shot. The other thing as well is that this guy Alex, he might be somebody that plays a lot of offline, and he may well play it in normal pockets, or he might not be used to the tournament pockets. There we go again. So ball in hand, we'll chase one around. Now again, you go with the thinking process here. You see, he's already fall short in the 2. He should have been through a wee bit further than that 2 ball. He doesn't need to do anything other than pot this, and he's got a shot in the 3. Well, I don't believe he played to overcut it and go in off the 3. But that's how you end up in no man's land with no shot. You see, I think somebody like chase one around. He needs somebody to be telling him what to do, and then he would cut out half the sort of silly stuff that he's doing. Like that shot there, where he overcut it. I don't think. Again, players are struggling to find potting angles and stuff. If they're not used to it, if they've not been around the game as long as some of us, then the potting angles are not as easy to find. So they're always going to struggle unless they're sort of looking down the barrel at a pot. Well, the thing is that we're not going to see the end of this match anyway. And we're not going to see the end of anything else because we are heading out in a few minutes. I'll just have a quick tab out. I don't believe Steve will be there as soon as this. No. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get my link for spam in the lobby. That's what I'm going to do while I'm at it. This is a good bank or a good cut, whatever he wants to do. Now, well, there's no danger of the scratch as long as he just plays the pot. The cue ball will come the right direction. But he was scared of the cut, went for the bank. Now these type of level of players, there's going to be loads and loads of opportunities for either of them, and it's a coin toss as to who would win it. the opportunities are going to come thick and fast. But I think Chase One Around's got away with it again here. Poor Alex is hooked. And now not getting a hit. He's giving ball in hand. Now this, even with ball in hand, this 8 ball is not quite frozen. There's a couple of elements I've noticed on my different stream setups that I've got that I haven't quite finished yet. I notice my red background for the clock. I haven't done it in this page. I'll need to remember these things. So Chase One Around, 2 racks to 1 up. And I think with that, we will say sayonara.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
So here we are. We're all set for the big match tonight in the one-loss side. I wonder if that's text is jumping. I thought I'd fixed that. You can see on the middle of the screen the matches that are lined up, the ones that we looked at earlier. Good matches to come over the next few days. So remember, if you can't get there to watch them on the stream, then go to my YouTube channel, which is also where you can go as well for, is it this now? What one is it? I'm trying to remember, is it this one?
Here is a suggestion I have had for a long time in VP4, allowing us to use the numpad numerical buttons as camera buttons targeted around the table. Why, you ask? It benefits anyone watching as a spectator. They don't have to keep using the V donut button to move around the table. It also helps anyone as a live streamer, me, to have a more professional looking camera work. Players in-game themselves can quickly tab the relevant camera buttons if they so wish to during play and whilst also watching opponents shoot.
Now, there's only been 20 votes, but out of those 20 votes, 75% have voted in favour, and 25% have chose the other alternatives. So, if you want to vote, go to my YouTube channel, click on the community tab, and then put your vote in. And the more votes we get, and the more positive votes we get, obviously, the more I'll get what I want. That's the idea. But anyway, that's for another time. Twitch seems nice and up to speed. That's good to hear. Right, so we're about 5 minutes away. Let's have another quick look at the bracket and see how things are doing. Larry's now 4-1 up against Sylvia. Bill's 5-2 up against Gunnett. Spectre Dawn is 3-2 up against Ice Age, who's getting 7 and out. And Chase One Around's 3-1 up against Alex. On one north side, we've got Chimpy down the bottom there, who's trailing 3-1, and Travelling TT's getting 6 and out. So Chimpy's dead and buried in that. I think he's got even though it's only a race to 4, he's got a slim chance of getting out, because if you're given 6 and out in a race to 4, you're going to be up against it. Potman's 1-all with Stefan. Yamaguchi Taru got through against John Boo, 4 racks to 2. And Jez Deb is 3-1 up against Brainfill Out. And we are up to date. Now I'm going to do a quick tab out. No sign of Steve yet. Here's hoping that Discord's working okay. Well, obviously Cobra won't be willing to put in his... is it G-Unit? I call him Gun It. I like the phonetic way of doing it. What was I going to say there? Cobra's obviously in this match, so it's unlikely we're going to get a prediction from him. So, come on, guys, give me some scores. 13-9 to Cobra is what I'll say. How does anybody agree with that, or does anybody think they can come up with a better idea? Let me just get rid of that. Hang on a minute. That's us. I don't see the predictions coming in thick and fast, by the way. Cobra will win for sure. Only have vague memories of how good Mooncake is. Well, he's good enough. Let's put it that way. It's all about the unforced errors. He's likely to make more than Cobra is. That's what it would look like on paper. Right, quick tab out again to check, and we're almost ready to go.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and super admin aka Steve Chapman, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Well, welcome to Steve. Well, the good news is, if you didn't see my chat in the lobby earlier on, Steve, I got the alert coming through, so anybody who's in the leagues should be getting an alert reminder coming through. I got that earlier on today.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to come through today, but I forgot to take my debug time out, so it was supposed to come through 4 hours before the match tomorrow.
Oh, all right, so it's still broken.
Well, no, I just had the wrong time. I've already fixed it.
It's working. Well, the good news also is that Steve was coming through on Discord and nothing is broken. Now, what does that say? Put it this way: Mooncake beat Spectre recently in scratch match final, and Spec sent Cobra to loser side, so Moon has a... Oh yeah, he does have a chance. Don't know how you see it, Steve, but you said last night that, you would expect Cobra to make less mistakes than Mooncake over the piece.
You know, it's a match that can be won by Mooncake. Cobra's got to be the favorite, but I mean, Mooncake could certainly win.
So the room will begin up in about the next 30 seconds. Both players are here. Cobra's in a room still warming up. Bedhead, good evening to Bedhead. He's predicting a 13-10 to Cobra. I said 13-9, so I'll stick with that.
Yeah, I think those scores are reasonable, but you know, it's hard to say. I mean, haven't seen Mooncake play in a while. We'll see what he brings to the table. I mean, Cobra's usually pretty consistent.
Right, this is going to annoy people.
Well, the room is up, just waiting for Cobra.
That's the applause for Mooncake arriving in the room. So here we are, lag per break, race to 13.
So I believe Mooncake's on the left if you're looking down the table. Or you're looking the other way, so Mooncake's on the right on your stream. I'm looking from the other end of the table.
So
Mooncake breaks.
He's
See
going
how easy
narrow.
that is, you?
Sorry?
See how easy that was?
What was?
Mooncake's on the left when you're looking from the foot of the table, and he's on the right when you're looking from the head of the table.
Yeah, you seriously think I'm going to remember that in 5 minutes, let alone remember it for the next time I see somebody lag? I've got no chance of that. Oh, Bedhead's got a prediction for the Bedhead Albinario match. This must be Bedhead Junior that's in the stream tonight, because Bedhead Junior had predicted a thumping 17 racks to 4 victory over Albinario. He's using a psychological approach.
Well, he should get out here. The 3 to 4 is a little tricky, but where the 4 is, he doesn't have to really get that great on it. Well, there's a problem.
He's
That's going
nailed
to
it
make
to
it
the
a
rail.
lot tougher to get on the 3. That's no good.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, the question here is, do you hit this with a lot of left English and hit it soft? Or do you go up and down? I would hit it soft. I would just spin this and hit it soft, and
Oh, he just
didn't hit it
feathered
soft enough.
He just feathered it. I think he's leaking away though.
I
He's
think he got
still
away
okay.
with it.
He's still okay.
He actually had a fair amount of room there, more than I was thinking. I was thinking he had to keep it on the half of the table, but he's still okay, I think. Well, he just gets out in the middle of the table. He's fine here, and he put a little English on it. That's showing a little bit of a confidence there to put English on that shot. Well, he certainly handled all that well. I think he needs to play the 6 in the side pocket, or
well, if he bumps short rail, side rail, and down this direction, he should be in a fair enough line to pot the 6.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to run this at the 10 ball. I mean, there's other places you can play it, but that's the natural one. Well, he didn't run it at the 10 ball, but his speed is good.
Yeah, that's a good line. Now, anything but straight on the 7 ball, that's the rule of thumb here. Anything but straight. You don't want that.
Well, you go to the rail and bounce off. I mean, it's pretty easy to get the speed on that kind of shot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why he's stunning that a little. I guess because it's VP. In real life, I would have just rolled that for sure.
Have you seen the matches in the schedule, Steve?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's some good matches coming. I can't remember what button it is again. Hang on a minute. Is it that one? No, it's not.
Well,
it's this one.
Mooncake's just served notice that Cobra better take him seriously, because that was a nice break and run. And Cobra gets about as bad a rack as you're going to get with this new rack. Oh, I didn't tighten up the end ball again yet. I was going to tighten up the back of the rack a teeny bit more, but I didn't do it, so we still get the same as what we played with last time. But yeah, that's about as bad a rack as I think you'll get. That one didn't come apart that great. Well, and he's playing safe, and he's playing a good safe. He's playing a very good safe. See, that's what you want to do. Get that 8 ball involved, and now now it's got to be a 2 rail kick, and
He's not got a lot of room.
It's doable. You really want to call the 2 ball here, because there's a good chance you can make the 2. Now, the biggest problem with making the 2 is there's a good chance of scratching. You really need to go the short rail and then into the 2. If you go straight into the 2, you're probably going to scratch. Or you could just hit the wrong ball and just be done with it. Well, I've said this before, Cobra's got some weaknesses in his game, and they tend to do with things like kicking and banking and some of the other parts of the game.
Yeah,
he's like Stubb. He runs out real good, except he doesn't do all the dumb things Stubb does.
A bit like Spectre Dawn.
If you just took Stubb and you gave him a brain, you'd have Cobra.
I thought you were going to say the Scarecrow. If he only had a brain.
But Cobra's one of those guys I think could really improve. You know, I mean, it's the little things, the kicking and the banking and stuff. If he can improve those parts of his game, then he's going to be very difficult to beat because he's already one of the top guys.
Well, it's a testy shot to get in the short side of this 5-ball.
Yeah, and that's not how you wanted to get on the 4. And now he's going to have to go forward with top left.
Yeah.
This is doable, though. It's actually a pretty natural position here. You just got to really get the speed right. It's the main thing.
You might have got it pretty damn good as far as I could see.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. So he's going to give a little bump to the 6. You got to decide whether you're going to bump it for the side pocket or for the corner pocket.
Yeah, what he doesn't want to do is bump it and then dive behind the 10.
Well, he's got to stun this over. I would not roll this.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he didn't stun it, but he hit it hard, which essentially does the same thing. And he's come out okay. Now, this shot's a little interesting because you don't want to put any English at all on it because it's going to get some English. You might even put a little bit of left English on this. He's going to go. He's going to go forward. No, he's not.
Watch the side pocket. Watch the side pocket. Ooh.
That was. As soon as I saw him move the tip down, I thought he was going to try to pull it back, but that was lucky he didn't scratch. Yeah, there's no reason to try to get that good. There's nothing wrong with going up like that, but yeah, you got to hit it by the diamond outside of the side pocket.
Well, this is a promising start for Mooncake.
Now, well, he's playing well, he's playing smart, and he just got a good break, which,
straightforward and back up.
These tournament matches, a tournament match like this where you got, a couple guys that are fairly close together, the breaks, and not as in breaking the balls, but the breaks as in the lucky breaks can make a big difference in this kind of match.
Yeah.
Mooncake just got one. Things are going his way right now.
So, 2-0.
Yeah, that's true, Hairpig. Cobra's speed control is better, but Cobra also doesn't shoot the crazy stuff that Stubbs shoots.
And Mooncake, the 2-ball, the 7.
Yeah, and this is an interesting shot here. You've really got to dig in here. This is draw, left English, dig in, bring it across, and, you're trying to run it at about the 9-ball. There are some other ways to get there, but I think that's the most reliable.
He
didn't put any left English on it. You can't get that ball to come back where you need to with just straight draw. That one had to have left.
This is a test version of VP4 I'm running. Steve's testing the applause buttons in VP4, so I'm testing it tonight for him.
Sounds like a story. Well, that's not a good play.
Oh dear.
Well, that had to be hit perfect to get that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have tried that shot, but I would have looked at other things first because it was so sensitive to how much of that 3-ball you got.
Well, these applause things, this is me finally been brave enough to work out how the macros work in this XSplit broadcaster. The only problem is now I've got another 4 buttons to remember what to do. And the first...
So yeah, as soon as you press the button, it's probably going to be lights out. The stream's going to stop.
No, I've already pressed it and it's working. I just remembered what I've got 3 different sets of applause in. The one for the end of the rack, and then the other one that's a wee bit more excitable. And I'm just going to see how often I do it to start annoying people. But But Whit likes it. As long as he likes it, that's good enough for me. I don't care what the rest of them say.
Well, Mooncake had a chance to go up 3-0.
Three's up, yeah.
And he just made a mistake. He played that one ball to the 3 incorrectly. Now you could have played it correct and still ended up hooked on the 9 or something like that. I mean, it wasn't a guaranteed thing, but the way he played it, it just wasn't going to work. I mean, you got to at least shoot the shot the right way. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But when you do the wrong thing, then that's a mistake.
No, I haven't. That's the answer to that one, semi-pro, because I'm deliberately doing it.
He's never going to change
I'm
that.
deliberately doing that just to annoy people.
He's stubborn. It's just the way he is. It's not going to ever happen.
No, there's not a boo button, but that's given me another idea, Crusader. Let me try this one. Hang on a minute.
Okay, so Cobra wins that rack, and he's breaking, and I'm sure he'll come up with a better break than he did last time. Yep, he's got a ball in. His cue ball is reasonable. He's not got the greatest shot on the 1, though.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a bit of ducking and diving here, Steve.
This is tricky. You can bank this, but it's tricky, and I don't think he's going to want to try it. I think where that 7 ball's sitting, it's no good. He's going to have to play safe.
No, it looks as if he's cutting this because he's looked at the pot and angle in the 3. I think he's going across the table.
He could.
Yeah, he's looking at coming back across, and he's got there. That was a good shot. How does he deal with the 4, though?
Yeah, this is tough. Well,
got to come right up.
The thing to do is hit this. This is almost just straight top, maybe a teeny bit of left. You want to just come to the long rail, and you got to watch out for the 5. Although chances are, if you hit the 5, you still come up with a shot on the 4.
Oh, where's the cue ball going?
Well, see, that was a little too much left. It was either straight top or just a teeny bit of left, and I think you got just a little too much left on it. But I'll tell you, that shot where you're coming at that angle into the long rail is tricky. I mean, you'll see some really good players in real life have trouble getting that line. That's one of the kind of harder lines to get when you're trying to hold it like that, coming at an angle at that long rail.
Well, this is going to be a good rack for Mooncake to win because I don't think he can get enough of that 7 ball, even if he does get on it.
Yeah, he can make that 7 ball, no problem. He's just got to get over here near this long rail. I mean, you can make it the other way too, but that's crazy trying to get in the window. You just want to let the cue ball come over here. You just need to get it past the 10 ball, and you're fine. I like the way he hit that 5 ball. He hit that 5 ball like somebody that understands, what the cue ball is gonna do when you're more straight in. He's not afraid to hit the balls. This is just bump. Oh, that was
no, it wasn't.
No.
Yeah,
that was just bump it gently and shoot it in the other corner, not hit it like that. Well, that's surprising. I guess I was singing his praises a little bit too loudly because that was a terrible shot. All you had to do is bump that 8 gently. I think maybe he was kind of afraid of it going forward and getting behind a 9 or something, but it wasn't going to do that. I mean, the way he was hitting the 7, the cue ball was going to hold up, and because once it hits the 7, you got some energy left from the cut, but then it's hitting the 8, and the 8 will take the energy off of it.
Well, he's unlucky. He's got the hit, but
well, I mean, this is his own fault. I mean, he played a terrible shot, and he just needed to bump that 8 gently and shoot it in the other corner, and he slammed the thing.
Hairpig says Mooncake told him some of his achievements at some point. He's a quite accomplished real life player. And
that wouldn't surprise me.
Played him in real life.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a little unusual to be really good at this if you don't play pool in real life and have some sort of decent speed. I mean, I would expect most of these guys in real life that play good are at least a B player. Albin's the one exception.
Do you guys prefer the donut appearing? That bug that's in it where the donut is blue and you're not seeing it from the top down view. Do you prefer it that way, guys? Because I do. Because you still see the pocket it's going into. I think it's actually quite good.
Well, that was a great break.
Oh, the 4 balls going in, but the 1 ball's dead.
Boy,
10 balls blocking. Oh dear.
Yeah, he got screwed. That was beautiful with the cue ball. I mean, that was a good break. But I mean, there's no guarantee if you hit a good break that you're going to come out smelling like roses.
Welcome to Hazard.
Let's see what kind of push.
I was watching a stream, the rerun of the stream from last night. Was it last night? And I think you were in the chat, Hazard. I never even noticed you. So hello for last night as well. It's a bit late.
Boy, that 6 ball is almost dead, but I think it's just going to go a little too wide. It'll hold up some, with a little cut angle back, but I don't think it goes.
Is he? I think that's.
This isn't a terribly difficult say. If you're thin to 1, you get the 5, 10, and 9 to use as blockers.
Well, but the bank in the 6, he can cut across the 1 slightly if he needs to get the line in the bank for this 6 down into this corner pocket. He's not interested.
Well, that wasn't the way to go. What you wanted to do was thin the right side of it and bring the cue ball down the other long rail and use that 5, 10, 9 as blockers. What he did, is really hard to do because he's moving, the 6 ball and trying to get the cue ball behind it at the same time. And when you're moving the ball and trying to get the cue ball behind it, that's pretty tricky.
Well, you can't beat a Guinness, I'll tell you. And then you can't beat another Guinness after the first Guinness.
Yeah, I'd love a Guinness right now too.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's a wee bit short. A wee bit short, but loads of room.
Yeah, this is a funny angle because
he's going to have to jack up a bit here, I think, to get some zip into the cue ball.
He's going to have to. He could have gone the other way too, but that's the easier shot.
That pace is beautiful.
Yep. He hits those draw control shots really well. I mean, he's the best I've seen in VP with, draw control.
That definitely sounds Welsh. How do you pronounce that phonetically, Hazard? Culwin? Is it Culwin or something like that? It might be something like that. Because it's Welsh, you miss out half the letters and you just make up the pronunciation. That's normally how the Welsh...
Well, if we're going to talk about beer over there, my favorite beer is probably Ruddles County.
Is that one of these beers with bits of twigs floating in the bottom of it and stuff like that, Steve? One of these real ales?
It's a pale ale. Ruddles makes it. It's a pale ale.
Oh, there's Keith there as well. Good evening to Keith. Keith must be a Guinness man. He's got the physique of a Guinness man. Is that right, Keith? Come on, admit it. Because I'm built like a Guinness man.
I don't know. I like Beamish. I'm a Beamish man.
What's that other? It's a lager that. What's that one? I drunk that one time, and it's a bit like. It's the same sort of texture as Guinness, but it's actually like a lager. What do you call it, Mark? You'll know what it is.
You call that German beer.
What's it called again? It comes in the green cans.
You're talking. That's another great one. I think it comes in a green can. It's Green King Abbot Ale. That's another great beer in the UK. Green King Abbot Ale.
What the hell's that beer called?
You guys probably don't know some of these breweries because I don't think they're very big.
Oh no, these are all little independent breweries for the sound of them, Steve, because I've never heard of them. I'm trying to think of the name of the other one. I drunk that one night and it was delicious. Just like Guinness, but it's not like Guinness because it's like a lager.
Well, That's like saying it's
it's
a duck, but it's like a dog.
Well, it's creamy. It's creamy, but it's not a Guinness. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe
The
it.
definition of stout is it's made with roasted barley. It's the only beer that's made with roasted barley. It cannot be like a Guinness if it doesn't have roasted barley in it.
Yeah, they'll all be English breweries, Mark.
It's pretty sad that you have an American that's having to teach all you guys in the UK about beer.
Well, I'm strictly a Guinness and vodka, not at the same time, but that you see, the thing is, I know my limitations. I hate whiskey. I hate the smell of whiskey. I'd never drink whiskey. It just
Oh, that's blasphemy coming from a
I
Scotsman.
don't know. I just can't stand the smell of it. It makes me as soon as I smell it.
Genesee cream ale. I don't know if I've had that one. I've had cream ales before. I like cream ale if it's done right, but some of them aren't that good.
Oh, is that the semi-final getting played tonight, Keith? Yeah, he took out Mark Selby earlier on. He beat Trump last night as well. I had to go to bed, missed the damn thing.
Well, we've got some safing and kicking, and Mooncake is struggling with some of these mistakes. He's made some poor choices.
Well, his good start's gone. 2-0 up. And now he's trailing.
That's the thing about Cobra. He doesn't make a lot of poor choices. He may not understand how to execute some shots, but he doesn't make a whole lot of poor choices.
Just look as if it's dead set. That's getting in every day of the week.
You better hit this with a little bit of speed. If he hits this slow, you could miss this.
That's centre of the pocket. It's gone wide. It's gone wide.
That's because he hit it not very hard. He hits a little easier, and that hits the tit and stays out because it was going to throw if he hit it easy. That's the thing is if you've got a shot like that that's lined up in the pocket, you want to hit it with some speed. If it's lined up to the edge of the pocket where it throws out, if you're going to throw it a half an inch, then you hit it with a lot of speed because the more speed you hit it with, the less it's going to throw.
It's not Boddington's. What was the lager that Peter Kay advertised back in the 90s?
And Boddington's isn't a lager, or at least the stuff I've had isn't.
What was the name of the one that he advertised? I think it was that one that Peter Kay advertised. The one where he'd kick the ball and go, Abbott. What was that? You remember that, Mark? But it's not Boddington's. I'm sure it's not that. It's not a Steinlager. John Smith's, that's it. I had a pint of John Smith's one day. I can't remember what pub I was in, but I'll tell you, I had a pint of that. It was bloody lovely.
Yeah, I've had that before.
And it's it's creamy like Guinness, but it's not Guinness. That's how I'm trying to describe it. That's how I loved it. I really enjoyed it. John Smith's, that's the one. Yeah.
Well, it's looking like it's going to be 4-2 here, and I think Mooncake is. He's going to have to start making better decisions if he's going to stay in this match.
See, the other thing about Cobra is he never changes his pace. He's never in a hurry. He's never, blasting at a ball.
Well, that cue ball needs to be in a hurry.
That's. I think he's just got there. Oh, he
did. Barely.
He's just got there. He's just got there.
He definitely didn't want to come up short on that.
Yeah, he used all of the pocket to get it there.
Skin of his teeth. See if he goes forward here. I like going forward.
Now, what was the name of that company you said that Mark Allen and did you say Ronnie's gone there as well? Is this an alternative to Matchroom or whatever? I thought they were both with Matchroom. Maybe I've got that wrong.
He put too much English on that, and I saw that coming. And, when you do that, then you're relying on just speed because he didn't have the right line into the rail. That, because of the angle he had, he needed just a little English and, like a half a tip, and he put at least the full tip on.
What are they, Keith? Are they pool supplies, tables and queues or whatever? Who are they? I've never heard of them. The new pool series. Ah, right. Right, I've got you now. I'll maybe need to look that up. Never heard of that.
Hoopers.
See, us in the UK think that all the Americans drink is Coors.
Well, I'll tell you what amazes me is how many people want to go to the UK drink Budweiser, or they drink Harp lager. They don't drink anything but lager. I was kind of surprised by that. I'm like, you got all this great beer here. Why are you drinking a lager?
Yeah, I think the real ale crew and all the fancy. I mean, in my store we've got umpteen different types of beers. I mean, we've got Japanese beer. There's Japanese one that comes in a silver can.
Forget all that can stuff. You got to go get it on draught. And there's nothing like a hand pumped ale, like a hand pumped pale ale.
Yeah,
that is the best stuff.
Well, that was. Well, it's an opportunity for Mooncake. Now, is he going to try and run out, or is he looking at the 310 there? He's looking to make sure the 4 goes, so he's a bit tight with the 4, I'll tell you. He would have to get good on it.
I'd probably shoot this 310, at least in VP. Maybe in real life I wouldn't, but in VP I probably would. It's pretty hard to miss this.
Well, I don't like. I don't like
in real life too.
I don't like the line he's taking. It looks as if he's going to. Maybe my eyes are terrible. That's the other reason. It didn't look as if he was lined as good.
Let's see here. Well,
I forgot my applause there. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, well, he almost got screwed there, but he's okay. Only trouble is this one ball is tight. That little bump on the 2 ball just made this a lot tougher because he was straight in on that 1 until the 2 ball came over and gave it a little bump. Now this 1 ball is missable. Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Well, not much room. Oh, it's going to catch and hang.
Yeah, that was a tough shot because at that angle, the pocket, you're not going to get a lot if you hit the long rails. So the pocket, he had probably no more than a half a pocket there.
I'll tell you what I'd be doing here. I'd be making sure I hit this because you've got to get out of there.
Well, you got to, yeah.
This 8 ball's going to kill it.
On this.
Yeah,
he
got out.
He either predicted how it was going to come off that well or just hit it perfect because you hit that a little different off the on that kick and it just is going to stop there.
Well, we're going for a 4-9-8 combo in a minute.
Yeah, and that looks like it's sitting like just about dead.
Oh, cue ball needs to keep going, and that looks pretty good. That's a good line.
That's perfect. Yeah, Mooncake does a lot of good things. Unfortunately, at this level of pool, it's the bad things that matter more than the good things.
Is this streamed anywhere, Keith? No, Ice Age. It's already been. Ice Age is still typing out the names of lagers for the thing I was drinking. He's missed the chat. It was John Smith's Ice Age. That was the one I was talking about.
He's almost just dead straight on this. All he has to do is hit this.
I thought he was trying to thin it there and duck away from the 4.
I think he needs to put a little speed on this, and that was why I just try to get that 9 ball clear. And I think the 9 ball is past it far enough he could shoot the 4 straight in if he wants.
He's got to get the cue ball again out onto the 5, and that's opening up nice. Well, he's the wrong side of it, but he can at least pot it.
Yeah, Mooncake does a lot of stuff right. If he can get things tidied up a little and get rid of a little bit of the wrong, he's going to be in this match.
Oh, it's a pay-per-view thing. All right. Well, I'll never see it then. And it's probably on at night, and I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I'd end up going to bed in the middle of it. Well, it's looking good now.
Semi-pro, you think you're Efren now? I watched Efren with 2 racks on the balls balls on the table go 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, and run the table out. Let me tell you what, that was impressive.
Oh, well, this isn't impressive.
Yeah, that was a terrible shot. I mean,
oh dear.
You know, it's like, why even finesse it? You know, you just got to get the ball out there where you've got a shot.
Well, he's left an angle here. Is Cobra's going to take the bait? I think he's going to cut this.
I'd shoot this bank shot every time.
Yeah.
This is bottom left, bank it back in the corner, and hit it at a speed that, you know, if you miss it, you're going to come up in the middle of the table.
He's looking at the line, but he's not called it yet. But he has now.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's bailed out. He's bottled it. I don't know whether. Let's have a look at this one. Well, obviously, because they're on the 10.
It's getting tougher every time they do this. It's getting tougher to shoot the bank. I mean, I wouldn't have shot it last time. Certainly not this time.
Yeah, it's because obviously they're on the 10 ball. They have to call a pocket first before they play it every time.
Yeah, Cobra had the shot that was doable.
So they have it on. What is it they call it again? On demand. Yeah. Well, this is going to be 20 minutes of this. Cobra says our Moneyball stats are going down. And that's true because these are all attempts at the 10 ball, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have shot it. I would have shot it when I was Mooncake and had that shot. Then I would have shot the next one if it was Cobra. You know, then you get down to this, and
no,
you know, you're just waiting for it to get a enough angle just to sort of do one of these numbers where you're going to shave it and leave it the ball on the end rail.
Now I'm going to ask Steve a question here, guys. Steve, is call a draw in 10 ball?
No.
Right. Well, that's that theory out the window then. Reptilian or repetition, I should say.
Well, that wasn't very good. This is too good a shot.
Well, this is the one down the rail and it ain't holding the line. The danger was always catch the middle pocket, but that'll do it. That's a good safety.
Well, I like the bank in the corner. Nobody else probably does, but I think this bank in the corner is, well, not that corner.
It looks as if he's trying to roll dead to it again.
You know, that's hard to do at that angle. Well, he's lucky he didn't just sell that right out. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'd bank this in the side pocket. That's a pretty easy bank shot. You got to hit it pretty thin because it's gonna get some English. If you don't hit it thin enough, you're gonna miss it long. And he looks like he's gonna miss it long. Yeah, I could tell just by the way he was aiming at it, because when you come across that ball, it's gonna put left English on it, so you have to hit it thinner. It's not a hard shot, but I got to understand the shot and, you know, have a good feel for it. Like anything else, when you haven't shot that shot a lot, it's probably not going to go in.
That's the crowd cheering a wee bit more because they're glad that rack's over. So it's a 2-rack lead again for Cobra and a ball in the break for Mooncake.
I thought Cobra got pretty fortunate that rack that he ended up winning it. I think the mo has changed. Cobra's getting the breaks now.
Well, again, if you're going to be a contender in this tournament, these are the type of tables that aren't perfect, but you've got to find your way out, especially when you're trailing the 2 and it's a good thing, a good message to send to your opponent that you're capable of doing it.
Let's remember, Hugh, Mooncake did all the hard work last rack, and then you just completely screwed up getting on the 10.
Now, he doesn't want to be interfering with the 7, and I think he might be. Let's have a look.
No, he's fine.
He's okay. He's okay. He just got there.
That's the thing is Mooncake gave that game up when he never should have, because it was a simple situation.
Well, he's got a nice little touch there. There's no nervousness in that shot. Nice little dink.
Oh, it's been like this whole match. He's like, nice, and then WTF, it's like all of a sudden he'll do something that's just terrible.
Nevertheless,
this reminds me of Tiki Chico.
It's still a good rack to win. He had to do it. He had to keep in touch. That's the order of the day until he gets back on level terms. Just got to stay in touch.
Well, really, Mooncake could be up in this match if it wasn't for a couple really silly mistakes.
He definitely could. Well, the break. Well, you can only do what's asked of you. You've got the break, and he's broken run out, and that was well done.
Yeah, well, he's hit some of these breaks pretty good. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, 9 balls going in, 3 balls following it.
It was good cue ball.
He's on the 1.
Yeah, and
oh well, Cobra's out here.
He's in a good break, good cue ball, and now all he's got to do is run out.
Yep.
And I think he will. I mean,
well,
I don't know. It may be a little nerves or something, because he's done some squirrely stuff.
He's going to come up left side.
He looks like he should just run out all the time.
As you get inside on this. No, he's going the other way to take it in the middle.
Yeah, that's the right way. And he's hit this beautifully. I mean, that shot was a little tricky speed-wise. He's maybe a touch short on it, but, you can make a decision on how you want to hit this.
I don't like where the 10 ball is if he's running 3 rails here to come back up past the 5. It's a bit tight.
Well, he doesn't have to go past the 5. He can shoot the 5 in the side pocket.
You mean down here?
No, I mean in the side pocket. Go 3 rails, run into the 10, and shoot the 5 in the side pocket.
Let's see what happens. I think that's what he's doing. He's got there. That was well played.
That's perfect.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
He could either play for the combo or roll forward. I think he'll probably roll forward. That makes more sense. Yep, and that's perfect. So you just got to decide which side of the 7 ball. I like the bigger side, but I think that's what it'll do. And this is really just speed, because this is one of those where it's a little touchy controlling the angle. You just don't want enough speed to get to the corner pocket. And he's probably thinking the same thing and underhit it, but that's okay. Gonna make a mistake, make it on that side.
Well, this is a good response from Cobra as well. That 10 ball. Let's have a quick double check on it. It's well off the rail.
Yeah, he's letting Mooncake know that Mooncake's going to have to play to beat him. That's what we want to see, is breaking and running out.
Mm-hmm. That's what you expect. I mean, if you're not already at that level in this tournament and you're still in it, you have to be trying to get to that level rather quickly. You ain't going to last much longer.
Yeah, well, given that the table has not broken as nicely as you might want it to for getting a lot of runouts. That said, there's been tons of opportunities where guys made balls and they didn't run out.
This looks dry.
This is dry. Did you see that one ball? He had one ball that went in the pocket and jammed and rattled back and forth and came right back out. I think it was a 2 ball. That was strange. 2-ball doesn't normally do that.
Well,
IQ2 is here.
Good evening, good afternoon to Dwight. Now this 3-5 combo. Oh, that is a lucky roll, is it not?
Well,
let's watch a replay of that last shot.
I don't know, hardly ever play a shot like that. I would figure out how to fit it between balls, or I wouldn't just. That's kind of a slam and hope shot.
Well, he's got to leave the 3-5. He's got no alternative, I don't think. I mean, he could come back and try a bank in the 3 into the corner past the 6. And
well, you know, this isn't that bad. You just draw this back and then shoot the combo. I mean, you got to watch out hooking yourself on the 7, but I think you can get this going kind of at the 7.
Yeah, he's going to play the bank by the look of it.
Yeah, well, if he was going to play the bank,
he should have left it higher in the 10, shouldn't he? He should have left it the other side of the 10.
Yeah, you know, this isn't bad here, though. I mean,
I was thinking he would leave it there.
English on it, he's got to cut it thin. And
That's
he didn't put running English
That's
on it. He got it. Yeah, he cut it just thin enough.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
All right, so Cobra's made a bank shot. That's got to make him happy. That's the thing with somebody like him that runs out good. If you can make those banks too, then, you know, it makes it difficult for guys to play against you because they can't leave you banks. And you get a table like that where you got a little bit of trouble, and, you know, if a bank shot's an option, it really gives you a lot more choices of how to get out.
Oh, this is now a little bit of danger here for Mooncake.
Yeah, well, Mooncake's going to be down 7-4 because this is a routine at this point.
Yeah, it'd be a major fail if Cobra doesn't get this done.
Yeah, well, Cobra's not the kind of player that usually screws these up, which is one of the reasons why he's hard to beat, because he's not going to give stuff away.
I think he'd a bit of right on that there to just check it a little bit, but he's a bit straight here. Now, this is never guaranteed to get good.
He way underhit it.
Yeah,
this is not the shot you want here. You know, you leave yourself shots like this, you decrease your percentage of running out. I think he's going to draw back all the way off the rail.
And the old VP4 pocket has done him again.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he caught the titty on the long rail, I think.
Well, there's a lifeline there if ever you've seen one for Mooncake, and I wonder if Cobra's going to regret that.
You know, it was...
But mind you, the break goes back to Cobra, though.
He just got sloppy there, you know. I mean, getting on the 8-ball the way he did wasn't the end of the world, but the shot he shot on the 8 to get to the 9 was, you know, it just was just poor.
Yeah, it just shows you there's not, you know, that rack looked all but over, didn't it? I mean, we all thought that with 3 balls to go, that, you know, where's it going to go wrong, and then suddenly it goes wrong. That's how simple it is to get things wrong.
You know, the thing about pool is there's 1,000,001 ways to screw up every single rack. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, the way it is. So it's difficult to get to the point where you're a player that just runs out the easy racks because, you know, you got 8 or 9 shots to screw up. All it takes is 1. It's hard to be a good pool player. It really is.
Well, this has got to be locked up. I mean, look at where the 5 and 6 are. They're not going anywhere, so he's got to nail this.
He's probably going to roll this at the 9 ball. He's going to lock him up, yeah. Well, that's a good shot because you get the 5 loose. I mean, if you're just hiding that there, then it's like, okay, well, I got ball in hand, but now what am I going to do? Because he already had a reasonable shot and stuff. But this is productive because he's improved the table. that's kind of like the idea of one pocket. Is you're going to improve the table for you and leave your opponent where he has no shot. And that's essentially what happened there. So that's a game-winning shot, really. I mean, Mooncake's going to have a hard time just hitting this 2-ball.
Yeah. He's gone way wide. And with him running into those balls there, he never got the lucky roll where he's tied something up.
Well,
Everything's
he
there.
just made the table even easier there. Yeah. He's got the 3-ball opened up to both corners, and yeah. See, he's thinking about how he's going to get from the 3 to the 4, because that's the trickiest part of this rack. And you know, if you shoot the 3 in the right-hand corner pocket, you can go behind the 5 and 6. If you go this way, you need to get below the 3-ball, which maybe he did.
He's almost dead straight in this.
See, if it was me, I might have gone the other way, just because I'm confident I can get that line behind that, between that rail and the 5, and it's a natural shot. And even if you have to run it all the way to the end rail and back out to get on the 4-ball, I didn't like going that way because it's a small target. You know, it's not a very big spot you have to get to. Oh boy, he caught a piece of the 8-ball. It was tight. Yeah, you know, you got to have confidence that you can roll that cue ball on the lines that you want. So I thought Cobra made the wrong pick there on which side to play the 3-ball. Now you could have played it above the 3-ball on that side and gone between the 9 and the pocket off the end rail. I mean,
well, what do you do
that
here,
was
Steve?
doable. It was just a little tight.
Do you run this 4 and let the cue ball run?
Well, you've got to try to go around between the 5 and the long rail.
And he's digging in though.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Because it was close to the side pocket. I think if you cut that ball in the pocket, you'd hit just short of the side pocket.
Well, I think
then the line is tough getting around that. You probably run into the 5-6, which still would have been okay. I mean, if you're going to run into balls like that, you're taking a chance, but you're probably going to come up with something that you can at least play a safety on.
I think he went for the pot there. I'm not sure.
Did, yeah.
But he was nowhere on the 5. He actually hit it wrong, because I was thinking he's looking to get into the gap between the 6 and 10 to come off the other short rail up top back into the table.
I'd be shooting this, but I'd be drawing it. Yep, there he goes. This is just, hit it hard and let it go 2 rails. He's just going to do 1 rail. I would have let it release forward, but that's fine. It's hit perfect. Yeah, Mooncake is not taking advantage when he gets opportunities.
That was well controlled.
Yeah, very well. That's the strength of his game, is that shot. I mean, he does that really well.
Well, Cobra is going to protect his lead. He's going to open up the 2-rack gap again.
Yeah, I mean, the way Mooncake plays, I bet there's a lot of players that are, pretty good players that he just destroys. But this is a different league playing somebody like Cobra.
Welcome to Cheeky Chico.
Hey, Chico's here. Well, it's back to a 2-game lead.
This looks as if it's another dry one. Where's the 3 ball? Thought it was maybe heading to the side.
Well, that's not doing him any good.
No, that ain't helping his cause.
Now, see if he's got the balls to stun this in the side pocket and then shoot the 2 in the corner.
Well, that's a bit tight to be stunned into the side.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to say that whoever can get this 1 ball, they've got a decision on what to do with the 2. I mean, the 2-6
Well, I'd be
is sitting
playing
there.
safe with here all day. Take the 1-3 rails and stop the cue ball there. I would never be shooting at this 8 ball. That's crazy. Yeah, all he had to do was, it was almost just straight on. Take that 1 ball, go 3 rails. You could call it in the corner pocket if you wanted, because you've got the 3, the 10, the 9, all sitting there as blockers. That was just too hard to shot, that combo.
Semi-pro, remember when the lockdown was on and the snooker was on and they had a guy on the button doing the applause button? That was his job. He decided when there'd be applause, and I'm deciding when there's going to be applause.
Well, what is this, a 1960s sitcom? You know, the studios, they used to have, applause lights where they turn them on when they wanted the audience to clap.
Yeah. Like MASH, you watch MASH, the earlier series of MASH have got the laugh track on them. And then the later series, they get rid of it. Oh,
yeah, it wasn't a good idea for that, and it's not a good idea for games either.
Yeah. Well, the bad news is Steve's not putting into VP4, guys. You're just going to have to make do with what I've got. Oh,
well,
dear.
Cheeky, I think you're the favorite against Stubb. You just got to miss fewer balls. The rest of it was fine. You just missed too many easy shots. You don't do that, I think you're going to beat Stubb.
Oh yeah, I mean, and with the greatest respect to Jover wasn't in any class to cause Stubb problem. Spectre Don overrated him big time. I took Spectre Don at his word, saying, "Oh, he's a good player." Well, if he was good, he was certainly nowhere near good last night. And Stubb wasn't overly exciting either, because he was banging and doing the same usual stuff.
He didn't look that good.
Well, again, we've got a mini crisis. Mini crisis here.
He's a little straight on this, so I'll probably just roll this. Yeah, he hit a little harder and created just enough angle, but that shot was a little tricky.
Well,
you know, if you're gonna do that and create enough angle to miss the 8 ball, you should just hit it harder and make even more angle and come off the end rail. I mean, that was kind of like an in-between shot. You could have rolled that or you could have hit it harder, and he kind of went in between, and that was no good. I mean, if you hit that harder, you got the whole length of the table to be on the 8 ball.
Well, you don't need to worry about that, Chico. If Steve's watching it, he'll be muted within 1 minute of him getting in the room.
Oh, yeah, he'll get the old 2-hour mute. Yeah, you know, I'm sure Cobra realizes that now. He's probably saying, why didn't I hit that harder?
Oh, dear. That was awful.
He's probably saying it again on this shot, too. Why didn't I hit that harder?
Of that last shot.
Maybe you need a button that instead of applause, somebody says, "Why didn't I hit that harder?" Because we just had 2 shots in a row by Cobra with the same thing. He didn't hit them hard enough.
Oh dear. Oh dear! And look at the outcome.
Well, there was plenty of room to get by there. He just overcut that.
Yeah.
But little luck never hurt. At least if it doesn't hurt if you're the one getting it, unless it's bad luck, of course.
Mooncake's thinking he's got to come out and top in this rack.
Well, he shot it the right way
Well,
because that's why you stun. That's why you stun that. You call the pocket and you try to stun it
Let's
because
watch
it's
the
going to
replay
keep
of
the cue
that
ball
last
from
shot.
traveling.
yeah, that's a good outcome, that one.
All you have to do is hit that full, and the cue ball's not going anywhere. And that was the right way to play that shot.
So this is the old hit and hope, call it up table. Now, how's it running? Oh, it's just running straight. I thought it was maybe going to run up.
It's going to run and sell out is what it's going to do.
Yeah. So there's no way Cobra can mess this up. He's going to have the little stun.
It'd be pretty hard to mess that up. But I didn't think he'd mess up that other table before either. Yeah, Cheeky Jover played terrible. I mean, I've seen him play better than that too. He looked like he was nervous or out of it or something.
Or on the John Smiths. So 8 racks to 5, and it's Cobra's break as well. This could be painful.
Well, Mooncake's getting in trouble here because this is only the 13, and he can't afford to lose another one. And there's a perfect break or a perfect result.
Cue ball tried to scratch, but
boy, that's close, but no
cigar. He ain't on it.
Well, he does have a pretty good safety here, though. He hit this with a lot of top left. Take the 2 ball straight up and down the table and take the cue ball over behind the 10.
He could be crazy and try the billiard on the 10.
Yeah, this is a tough shot. I mean, this shot's really not worth shooting. It's just too tough. Unless you think you're going to get safe, and I don't see that. You know, it's so sensitive to the amount of the 2 ball you take. It's just not worth shooting that shot.
Well,
see, that's the kind of thing where you got the guy down. You got to keep your foot on his neck, and doing stuff like that gives your opponent a chance. He should have played a safety. He had a safe he could play, because taking a low percentage shot like that is that's how you lose matches.
This is
Mooncake.
I don't know if
Mooncake may not be able to play good enough to win from there, but
he's put loads of right on it to try and bump it across when he's stunned that, and he's pretty much got there.
Yeah, that was a good shot. He did a little kind of jump masse shot, pop the ball up. You can get a lot of spin on it hitting down on the table like that.
These balls are filthy, Steve. Look at the mess of them.
They're not that dirty.
They are when you zoom in. That was really zoomed in close.
But, you know.
This is short. This is way too short.
You still got a shot, but that's not really the shot you want. You got to decide now whether you're going to run into the 5 ball or go wide of the side pocket. He's going to bank this. That's his solution to it. Which, if you bank good, this is fine. See, that's just not understanding that he's got a little cutback angle and it's going to hold the ball.
Well, he'll take the result.
He may be a good player in real life, but I can tell you right now he's not a great player, because a great player would understand how to shoot that shot better.
Oh, the odds have started, guys, big time.
Yeah, I mean,
cue ball.
Cobra can beat Mooncake doing silly things like that, but if he plays somebody like Albin and he shoots that billiard on the 10 ball, he's going to lose the match. You just can't afford to do that. There's not a pro in the world that would have shot that shot.
No. But this simply has to go, this rack. And that's the stage that Mooncake's at, because he doesn't want to start leaking any more racks behind.
Yeah, I mean, Mooncake's going to have to. He's just. I don't know. I'm not going to say he needs to make better decisions and stuff. I think he just needs to get good layouts and stuff. I mean, he's capable of running out. We've seen him make a lot of bad decisions or do some screwy things. If he can just get good tables when he gets up to his turn, he might be able to win.
Well, that's in page one of the. That's the page one of how to play sports, any kind of sport. Repetition. That's the page one note that you read first, and then you can go and do everything else. But that's the first thing you do is kick your opponents when they're down. Yep, kick them and keep them down.
Yeah, I tell you, most of these great players, they have a tremendous will. They have no give up in them. They have tremendous will to compete and win. And if you give them chances, they're going to hurt you. I mean, you can be way up and still lose.
Have you seen the draw for the US Open, Steve? It was posted today.
No, I didn't look at it.
It's on the what's his name? I can't remember, but it's on the Pro9 website. I see Earl's in it. He's playing some guy from the Far East, Chinese or Taiwan or wherever he's from, something like that. It looks like.
I'll tell you what, Earl still plays good. The problem when you get to that age is that you're not going to be consistent. So trying to win something like a U.S. Open is, any one given match, he's liable to beat somebody. And it could even be a top player, but I don't see how he's going to win it because it's just too hard to be consistent when you're older.
Well, if you're not in it, you can't win it. At least he's there, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see him win it. That'd be really cool. See somebody his age win it, but it's possible.
Slim odds,
not likely.
Yeah, he would need to be on a roll.
I mean, the thing is that the way that the U.S. Open is played and the way it's always been played, it doesn't favor the Filipinos. I mean, Beato won it, and he's really the Filipino that's got the best game for that kind of pool, like the World Championships and the U.S. Open, because he's just real solid, doesn't make mistakes, and that's the kind of player it takes.
Yeah, Shane Van Boening, I don't know who he's playing, but he's right down at the bottom of the draw, right in the very last line of the draw.
Shane's a little bit of a unicorn because besides the fact of being real consistent, he's got a super high gear. He's got a huge stroke. He breaks good. He banks good. Shane does everything good. He's got great touch. I mean, Shane's the best player in the world right now. He's got it all, and winning 5 U.S. Opens is pretty impressive.
Now this has got to be, again, just a coat of paint off this 8-ball. Coat of paint and no more. And that's not bad.
Filler certainly got a chance to win. I mean, he's one of the guys, Filler, Gorst, Shane, Beato. I mean, there's several guys. Those 4 guys I would put, close to the top of the list. You got the Polish guy, who I think could win. I can't remember what the heck his name is, Wawinski or something. I think Yap has a chance to win. I mean, he's a good player. There's a few guys from that part of the world.
Mooncake's got to put this away. This is a good bank, this 8-ball.
Well, this is an easy bank. The key is getting position on the 9. You got to hold this with a little bit of right English. Well, that was the wrong way to shoot it. I would have just put a teeny bit of right English and rolled it and let it come out. I think he's okay, but I'm not sure he knew where the cue ball was going.
He's taking evasive maneuvers here to avoid running the 10. That's well done.
Well, I don't know. I mean, pool in the U.S. has always been kind of screwy. Now that Matchroom's doing it, I mean, they're more of a professional company as far as the production goes. Well, I agree, Hairpig. there's a lot of guys that could beat anyone in one given match. I don't think there's a lot of guys that can win the U.S. Open, though.
256 in the field. Races to 11.
What do I think about FSR? Who's FSR? Am I missing something? Are those initials?
Yeah, who is that? The name of a player? Like SVB.
Oh, yeah, Ruiz is a good player.
Oh,
he's another one of those guys that's a good player. I mean, he's not Shane, he's not Beato, he's not Filler, he's not Fedor Gorst. Those four guys, I think, are kind of clear everybody right now. I'd put Dennis Okoye in that too, except I think he's kind of lost just a little bit. I think he's getting to the age where he's struggling a little more.
Well, this is going to be the story of this match again so far. Mooncake's got back to within one, and Cobra on his own break is odds-on favourite to be running out again to extend that lead to 2. I mean, this is a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah, Mooncake's keeping it close. Hairpig's right that there is only one American, and it's Shane, but he is the best guy.
Where is it getting
I
played
didn't think
again?
FSR is far back. I said he's not Shane, and he's not Filler, and he's not Gorst, and he's not Beato.
Do you know where it's getting played, Steve?
No, I mean, they used to play it in Chesapeake. I don't know where they're playing it now.
No. I was looking at the...
they're playing Atlantic City, it says.
Ah, right. So that's...
playing in a casino.
That's, let me think now, Atlantic City's West Coast, isn't it? No, East Coast.
You're getting woke out in Europe. I'm looking at Matchroom site. They're showing a woman on here. They show Beato, Shane, Uchan, and not Yasmin, and some woman. I'm not sure who it is. Might be Pia Filler. I don't know. Can't tell. But they had to throw a woman in there.
So 9-7.
It just shows that you're getting woke in the UK too. Well, there's a lot of good players like that are close. I mean, the younger Ko, Pin Chung Ko, is a tremendous player, but he hasn't been able to have the consistency to break through and win as much as I thought he would. I mean, I saw him win the USA Ball title when he was like 17, and
that 9-ball
and
has
he's a
to
really
go
good player, but that breaking through, where you get to the point where you can win those kind of events is really hard to do. The Polish kid is a really good player.
That
and
one
then you've
ball.
got some really good players like Casey, who's been playing for quite a while, and he can't seem to get there.
That one ball goes, but it was really tight. He caught far too much of the 8, though.
But I think Yap is one of the good young players that maybe can surprise some people. I mean, he's certainly not going to be anybody's favorite. Yeah, Zelensky, I think that's what it is.
Oh,
I think it's Zelensky.
that was unlucky there for Mooncake. I mean, he had just enough room to cheat that one ball in, but he caught too much of the 8. And now, if Cobra can get this 2 ball and get himself nice on the 3, he's looking like pinching another one here.
There is a bunch of good Polish pool players now. Yeah, Victor Zelensky, that's the kid I was talking about. He's a good player. Yeah, Stub will be there with nukes. Well, Cobra runs out here, which I think he will, and it's going to get pretty tough because it's going to be at 2-1.
I wonder if Stubbs got room in his case, his Q case for his bionic arm, because he started playing pool in that video that I watched where he didn't have it on, and then suddenly it appeared. Which is why I said it looks as if he's just grown an arm. 2 minutes after he starts, he's around playing with one arm, and then next minute he's using his bionic arm as a bridge, which is handy. I think it's actually specially made for him playing pool. It looks quite cool. Well, this is the danger shot. This is the one you want to run the 3-railer, but you're always danger of the scratch if you get the line wrong.
Well, there's no way you should ever scratch on this shot. I mean, there's no way you should get that line wrong.
There's no way you should do that either.
Well, he's scared of scratching. I mean, you've got to be able to hit that.
You put that
worst case within a diamond to where you want. I mean, you should be really within half a diamond to where you want on that shot.
Look who's arrived in the room. Fire it up, Mooncake, K. And then he'll disappear before you boot him.
Oh, he's getting booted.
He must be going for his dinner. It's that time of day, isn't it? East Coast.
Yeah, he pops in and does a quick hit and leaves.
And then he goes for his dinner when he gets kicked. Well, you wouldn't believe Cobra would have done that. I mean, I had that rack on the board for him. I would have typed in dinner time there.
Yeah, I think the thing about playing in these big tournaments, it's not the same as gambling, although it carries over some. I think you just got to be a little bit more mistake free in tournaments.
You just missed that 10 ball there.
But Federer Gorse has turned into just a machine. He's a tournament winning machine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he wins it. I'd say he's probably got as good a chance as Shane does. He's playing tremendous pool. Filler's just an unbelievable player, but he has had some issues with consistency.
Oh dear, where's the cue ball going? It's still on the table. The one ball's gone in the side, has it? Yeah, and he's on the 2, and how does he get in the 3? Well, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be taking my medicine and ducking off that 3 ball and tying him up.
Well, I'd just go forward with this and come right back out and shoot the 3 in the corner pocket. It goes.
Is he going to be confident enough to play that at this distance?
Yeah, this is just straight top. Go forward and come back out. You just got to run out to the middle of the table. No, he's not going to do it. He's going to play safe.
He's listened to what I was saying. Now, he doesn't want to bank this and look a proper numpty. He's got to be careful how he hits it.
You got to make sure you're not going to make the ball. Well, you got your choices. If you want to lock him up on the 10, you're going to bank it short. He's calling the ball just in case.
Yeah, that's a wise move. And, of course, where the cue ball is, he's going to be seeing the 4. Yeah. Well, get out of that.
Well, it's doable. I mean, he's definitely got a 2-rail kick at it. Although it's tight with the 8 ball there, the other way is no good. And this is going to be a tough kick. I think he can hit it on a 2-railer, but it's very tough.
No,
he may try to tie balls up here. I'll see what he decides to do.
That's what I was going to say there.
He looks like he's going to try to jump over him. This is doable, but I don't think he's got enough butt elevation to do it. Yeah. He tried to jump over him. I've actually played that shot in matches before, jumping him off the rail like that. Yeah, it's a hard shot, though. You're just as likely to kill somebody in the sitting over at the bar as you are to pull that off.
Yeah, I've seen it done in VP4. I've seen it done successfully as well.
Yeah, well, the Philippines is always got stuff going. Sharks has been streaming like crazy. I watch that stream all the time.
Well, Cobra with a 9 racks to 8 lead, race to 13. And he's
yeah, it's looking like
got himself in trouble. That's what he's done.
It's looking like he's going to give Mooncake a chance. And, Mooncake's the wrong kind of player to leave hanging around because he plays good enough he could win. You let him hang around and he could be a winner.
Cobra's got a run of the ball there.
Yeah.
And Stubb would be going for the cut in this.
Here. This is an easy safety. You just got to avoid the 7 ball. That's the key here is do not hit the 7 ball.
Yeah, he's got to find that line. He's got to run a wee bit harder than that, though. And he's done exactly what you said.
He just hits it dead on. I mean, he could have hit the side of it and got away with it. And that was the one thing you couldn't do.
And Cobra's thinking, well, I ain't going to waste this opportunity. He's going to take his time. Same pace.
When you see that, when you're going to thin the ball and the natural line is going at the 7, you need to hit it thinner or spin it more or, you need to do something to get it off that line. And Mooncake didn't.
Well, this is the one that's going to take him to double figures, 3 away. And now, of course, Cobra has to hold it together because he's loath to start doing things to give Mooncake any room to breathe.
I'll tell you what, if Cobra goes on to win this match, he needs to breathe a sigh of relief, and Mooncake should be kicking himself because, Mooncake really, I think, should be up in this match. He's just giving a lot of stuff away. But, you're not going to play good every match. If you're a guy like Cobra who's got a chance to win this thing, you need to have some matches you escape, and this might be one of them.
And, well, Mooncake, at least he's got an opportunity immediately to respond. It's his break.
I got to see what the field is. I want to see what Filipinos are playing. It's always a question of who's going to come over to play.
That was right. Yeah. Just what he didn't want. The dry break. And Cobra's got a nice little angle in this one to come around and out into the open space between the 3 and the 5. Looks like it to me. Yeah, he's got enough angle. And he should be on the 2.
Yeah, he's looking good again. I mean,
well, this is a critical shot.
2, 3, 4 is the critical thing. These 3 balls. If you can do these 3 balls, you should be out.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, that's the type of thing that has to go in Mooncake's favour. That's what he needs.
Well, you gotta decide the line there. If the line's going to be at the 5, you got to hit that harder and play for the bump. If you're going to hit it that easy, you got to know you're missing the 5 because bumping the 5 easy, this is what you get. Well, that's probably Christina. I don't know how you say that. I think it's like hawking up a loogie.
Oh, that was not a bad effort.
Let's watch the
Robbie
replay of that
Capito,
last
that's
shot.
another good young player.
That was not a bad effort. And I don't think this is no, this ain't getting potted, this 3 ball. So Cobra will be quite happy with that result. Oh, he needs to move the cue ball. He needs to keep moving it, and I don't think he has.
PF fillers, and I wonder if they're giving money to the top finishing woman. I bet they are.
Well, I think I didn't see anything like that, but mind you, I didn't spend an awful lot of time looking at it. I was just looking at a quick browse through the draw. I never looked at all the rules and regulations.
Well, I can almost guarantee you that none of those women are going to win the U.S. Open. Oscar's playing.
Scoreboard, look. That's fine.
Let's see, DeLuna, Garcia, Roland Garcia. There's a few Filipinos.
Well, the kick on the 3-ball almost went in, and then the 3-ball goes safe. And that's painful for Mooncake. He knows he's pretty much 3 behind.
Mark Vidal says has a U.S. flag. I thought he was Spanish.
Yeah, he's a bit like Stubb. He's got delusions of being a Spaniard. Whereas Stubbs got delusions that he's Polish.
Now Ernesto's in it. Donnie Mills is in it. There's a bunch of old guys. Mika's in it. Chris Reinhold, he's somebody I know from Hard Times. He's a good young player. Hasn't really been able to break through.
Well, if ever there's a time to break through, it'd be that tournament. Get your name right in the limelight. Well, Cobra's going to get the draw into this cue ball.
It'll be interesting because honestly, I just don't think there's that many guys that in this field that can win this.
Oh, yes, getting the draw.
Well, that's like perfect.
Yeah,
that's what you want right there. Yeah, he's on 11.
Interchange excess. Hearing Johnny Mills being called old makes me feel old.
Well, I mean, he's not as ancient as I am, but he's no young guy. There's a guy that's a good player that, is Chris Melling. He's like probably a underrated player. He's
got
good.
A beast of a break as well, Melling.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's a lot better than I think most people think. He's a strong player.
Well, a good break as far as the 1-ball, the 8-ball, and the 9-ball going down. But Cobra's having to. Is he playing the billiard off the 7? I think he is. Is he? Yep, he is. And the 3-ball goes. Now, can he see enough of the 3? Yes, he can. Well, Cobra's making his move for the line here. Again, on his own break. Needs to keep running for the 4 into the side. He's gone a wee bit short. I don't know whether he's going to draw into this. I think he is. He's going to draw into it to avoid trying to run anywhere near that 6-ball.
Yeah, he's looking like he's just going to put this thing away. I mean, he's got a gear that.
Oh,
it wiped its feet.
Let's watch the replay of that
player.
last
I mean,
shot.
He's got a chance to win this thing. I think. Not a good one, but he's a good player.
No, this is a crucial shot. Big draw. It needs to bounce.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, that's what you want to do is come to the end rail like that. Control the speed using a rail. Now Josh Roberts is playing.
So Cobra.
Cortez. There's a lot of good players in this, but not
Oh.
that many I think have a chance to win.
On the hill, Mooncake breaking to stay in the match and stay in the tournament.
I think the U.S. Open is just like this VP4 10-ball championship. There's a lot of good players in it, but not that many that have a chance to win it. I think it's sort of the same thing.
Well, first objective has been done. This one ball's running safe, and he's not getting a roll. The 2 ball has gone, the 1 ball's gone dead in the rail.
Well, this safety's a little tricky.
Oh, he
hit it pretty good, but he's got the cue ball on the wrong line.
Still got it too thick and brought it out into play slightly. I don't think Cobra will be enticed into taking this on.
Well, you can get him on the 4 ball, but it's tricky. This is not an easy safe to get him on the 4 ball. It's possible to do it, and without hitting it with stun, but it's really tough.
Oh, he's gone for it. He's gone for it big time.
Yeah, I think that was a good choice in that situation. That was probably just as easy as anything else. Shooting it.
Well, the problem's up top. That 5 ball is very tight. 6 balls a blocker.
Interchange X, the break speed is exactly the same. It has not gone up. The only thing I was thinking of doing was tightening up the back of the rack a little more, but that didn't happen yet. I'm not planning on changing the break speed. I think it's breaking at about the right speed.
Well, Mooncake's going to continue. He needs a good shot here.
Yeah, I'd probably go forward with this just because pulling it back is. I know in real life I could pull this back straight in that 9 ball, no problem. In VP, I don't know.
This is in line for the 7 ball.
Boy, you don't want to come up short there. Oh, and I think he just got there.
Yeah, he can cut this onto the 6.
Well, he's got to figure out how to get a shot on the 5 ball here.
Yeah, that 5 ball's heading to the 9, isn't it? Or onto the rail. So
no, it'll go towards the other side pocket.
Let's have a look.
Unless he gets the 6 really thick, it's going towards the side pocket. Well, he hit it really thin there.
There's the cue ball.
Hit the 10 ball.
Yeah. He's okay. He's got away with it.
He did the other way. Hit it thin.
Something wrong with the dry break percentage in Friday 9 ball.
Well, realize this, that a foul on the break doesn't count in the dry break percentage. So, for example, if you break 10 times and you make a ball 6 times and you foul once, then your dry break percentage is going to be 30%. Because a foul is not a dry break. And if that's not what you're seeing, then maybe there is something wrong.
So Cobra's going to be breaking for the match.
For the tournament you just played, the percentage is too high?
Well, this is my prediction. I predicted 13-9 in favour of Cobra. It's all on video. You can go and watch it. I might get this right. You never know. Well, 9 ball goes in. 1 ball's heading over the hole. 2 balls in play. 3 balls in play. 4 ball into the side. And... well, he's got to really get good on the 4 to make it comfortable to sit in the 5, and then the 6 is there. If this match is over, provided...
No, I'm going to have to take a look at it, Larry. I mean, I checked it, and it seemed like it was right, but maybe there's a hole someplace.
Well, he's going straight, so this again, is he going to go right up to the rail? No, he's trying to control it, and that is pretty nigh where you want to be.
Yeah, he's out. I think for one of these matches I'm commentating, I'm going to have to keep track of the breaks and then check what the program's doing.
Well, there's been the odd mistake here and there, but Cobra's way too solid to be taken lightly and
Well,
to be turning down opportunities. You know,
he runs out good. I mean, that's the thing is the only mistakes he typically makes, you know, that are, I would say, excessive ones are in a moving game, kicking, safeties, and you know, because other than missing a ball once in a while or hooking himself once in a while, you know, that's he just runs out a lot.
Once again, this is off the rail, so it shouldn't be anywhere near the side pocket. But he's a bit straight, so he's looking to maybe just dunk this in and hold for the 8.
Little stun run. And if it doesn't run, he's still okay. Yeah, so you hit that perfect little stun run.
That's fine.
Yep.
Just a roll through. So, well done to Cobra. It's got him through in the end, 13 laps to 9. As predicted.
If you ran out 7 times in 26 breaks, then unless you broke dry on just about all the rest of them, then that number can't be right.
Right, let's have a look at the stats for this match then. So, Cobra. Where the hell is he? There he is. Yeah. And Mooncake. No statistics available. Well, something's broken. Who was playing? I've forgotten who was playing. It's Cobra and Mooncake, isn't it? The stats aren't coming up, Steve.
Nobody quit out of it, did they? Should have done it anyways, I think.
Yeah,
they're both still here. What happened? Try it again. Maybe the report wasn't in.
Let me just take their names out and try and get the stats for the
You've got
tournament.
Friday Night 9 Ball.
Oh,
that's
crap,
why.
that's why. It's that time of night, Steve. Forgive me.
Well, normally you go to you go to the tournament and in the stats you must have gone to the 9 Ball.
I think I had Friday night up to look and see him, and he was in earlier on. I forgot it was still there. Right, I think we're okay now. Mooncake. Drop a letter. There we are. There we go. So, break stats, 11 breaks each. Oh, look at the balls in the break, Steve. That's got to give you hope. Both of them over 1 in the break. 1.2 for Cobra and 1 exactly for Mooncake. Runouts from the break from Cobra, 4, 2 for Mooncake. Dry break percentage, 27.37 for Mooncake, 18% for Cobra, which obviously bears truth in the sense that he said the 4 runouts from the break. That's got to be fairly accurate, would have thought.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Larry just brought things into doubt, but it's certainly a lot lower dry break percentage than we've been seeing, and a lot higher balls made on the break than we've been seeing.
Now, we did say that the money ball shot percentage would be down the pan, bearing in mind that safety routine that they were doing in the 10 ball earlier on in the match. Moneyball shot 18 for Cobra, 13 successfully, and likewise for Mooncake, 14 and 8. But that's because of that safety exchange when they were down on the 10.
Cobra ran 4 racks, and that's that's pretty good in this race of 13. Runouts from the break. Oh, those were all break and runs. Look at runouts from the break. Go back to break stats.
Yeah, 4. And
no, that's racks run. I think he had 4 runouts from the break. So
yeah, runouts from the break. There
same
you
thing
go.
with Mooncake. So neither one of those guys ran out when the other guy broke dry.
Mm-hmm.
Because their runouts from the break and the racks run are the same.
Yeah. Yep, racks run 4, racks run 2, that's exactly it. Yep. So, let's go back and just have a look at the bracket and see how that shapes up on the one-loss side.
Good plan, Mooncake. You hung in there. Yeah, a few too many mistakes. Cobra's tough.
Unlucky. Cobra's.
He runs out a lot.
You've got to get every opportunity you can against him. You turn him down, he's going to then get you. We've got Bill, Mr. Fox to play. What day is that? I'm losing track of days here. This is the last day of September, isn't it? Now, where is Cobra? Well, he's now through to play Jose, and Cobra's going to be strong favourite in that. Jose will make too many mistakes, and Cobra will feast. That's how that's going to go. And then further down, we've got Interchange X already through now. Assuming that Cobra goes through in that match against Jose, he's in line to play either Machine or Mark Shark. So everything steps up a bit either side of the bracket. Hairpig plays Brainfill out. Hairpig's going to be Hairpig's going to be under pressure because he's getting to that match favourite. And then
how can that be pressure when you're the favourite?
Yeah, he's under pressure. He knows it now that I've said it publicly, and that's put him under even more pressure.
I just don't get that one, Hugh. I mean, how can it be pressure when you're the favorite? That should be like that should make it easier.
But I'm just getting inside his head saying that, Steve. That's reverse psychology. One pocket Slim against Jover, and Slim will be strong favourite for that one. And then we've got Tommy against Fast Eddie. That's a good one. The only thing is, of course, there's a big time zone difference again. Tommy presumably in Germany and Fast Eddie in the States, so there's at least 5-hour difference, so they'll have to arrange something there. But now, of course, we now know on the winner's side, the big clash of the Swedes, Albinario and Bedhead, October the 5th, Wednesday night, I believe that is, 7:20 British Summer Time, 2:20 Eastern Time, and 11:20 Pacific for that match. And then further down, we've got Popman and Spectre Dawn, which is next Saturday, I think, at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. And further down again, and the deadline date is October the 10th, remember, for this match. Cheeky Chico and Stubb. Presumably, Cheeky Chico's already sent a proposal to Stubb, I would hope. And then further down, we have Barker's already through to round 4 because of the issue that we had with the Cerro. So Barker's is lying in wait for the winner of the Chico Stubb match. That's going to be interesting. And that takes care of business as far as the bracket is concerned. Now, I don't know about you, Steve, but I'm going to catch the rest of Friday Night 9 Ball. Where have we got to in Friday Night 9 Ball? I'm still in the bloody wrong bracket here. Hang on. I clicked the wrong tab.
For a little of that.
Let's have a look and see where we've got it. I can't read the chat, by the way, guys, when I'm on this white thing.
Don and Bill are playing for the final in the losers bracket, and they play Larry. The winner plays Larry. That's where we're at.
Well done, Cobra. And good night to Popman whenever he types that. So we've got Bill, Larry, Spectre Dawn, Larry's through to the final. So let's head over to the one lost side. So Bill, oh, that's almost over. Let's get in quick. 2 racks, all it is at the moment there. And let me see if I can remember how to change my setup. I think that is us. Here we are. Oh, I forgot my central time as well, Robert. Yeah, you keep reminding me and I keep forgetting about it. Central's 6 hours behind, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another hour.
Yeah, Spectre Dawn is going to be on the hill. Scratch match, race to 4.
I can't wait till we get rid of daylight savings time. You doing that in the UK too? You're staying daylight savings time year round? That's going to happen in the US.
Is it happening in the States? No, no,
well, unfortunately, it's being voted on by each state.
Yeah, so
separately.
So now you're going to have to change your clock when you go to Florida, change your clock when you go back to Mississippi, change your clock when you go to Texas. Oh yeah, that's how dumb the setup is if they're going to have votes individually in states rather than a universal.
I think they voted it through here, but I think they're still going back to standard time here for the winter, and then I think it's going to stay daylight.
Well, the problem over here, Steve, is they when I was a kid and I started school, and I'm talking about probably 1969, they tried that over here. They tried getting rid of it. The problem in Scotland is at that time of year, the kids were going to school in pitch blackness.
In the morning. Really, it's like that here a lot of places too. They'll be going to school in the dark. But the thing is it still makes sense because of all the other good things that happen, like saving energy.
Mm. Yeah, there's been that's not even in the headlines or anything, changing the clock or getting rid of the. In fact, now that you mention it, it's going to change in the next week or two. I think it's October when we go back an hour. So that means that Friday night 9-ball needs to be changed again. I don't care about all the other tournaments. I just care about Friday night 9-ball. Well, it's going to be Spectre Dawn yet again for another Friday night 9-ball final. Who put Spectre Dawn to the one loss side? It wasn't Larry, was it? I wonder if it's.
Larry beat him.
Yeah, there you go. So here we go for revenge. Race to 9.
Revenge is good.
And the room is already up. And Larry's keen, he's in. Spectre Dawn will take a minute or two. Yeah, the clocks definitely go back in. I'm pretty certain it's always October for us. So that means that Friday night 9-ball now starting at 7. It has to be then put forward an hour because if it doesn't, then it's starting at 6 p.m, which is too early for most people. And obviously that's even an hour earlier in the States.
Well, if you're a working man in the States Friday, you're not playing on Friday night 9-ball.
No, even at this time, no, because that's the middle of the afternoon.
Hey, Anton Raga's playing in the U.S. Open. This is, I think, the first time he's come to the USA. That's pretty cool.
Who was the one that had all the problems with visas and stuff?
That was
what was his name?
Apolio.
Yeah,
Dennis. He's lost his visa for 5 years. He's not going to be here.
Yeah,
for a long time. There's actually quite a few Filipinos that have come over. Chua's playing. Lee Van. Raga is playing.
So second last day of October, Bliskid, right?
Yeah, I'm an Anton Raga fan. I like watching him play. I don't think he'll win the U.S. Open, but I like watching him play. DeLuna's playing. Roland Garcia. Let's see who else. We got a lot of Filipinos in this.
Well, the good news is I don't have the applause set up for this screen. So
Banderas did not come over. Neither did Ignacio. A lot of those guys just don't travel because it's expensive.
So scratch match, no handicap. Race to 9, and Spectre Dawn won the lag. 6 ball and 7 ball followed each other into the side, and he can just feather the one in.
I can kind of see why Spectre Dawn wins this a lot, because the difference between 9 ball and 10 ball is that in 10 ball you're going to get in a lot more situations where you need to make the moves.
Let's watch the replay
right off
of
the
that
bat,
last shot.
He misses the ball.
Well, I don't think I don't know whether he actually went over and looked down at that one ball to have a look at it and see how much room there was.
Well, this is pretty easy to kick this in and get shape on the 2. Yeah, I think Spectre Dawn's game fits 9 ball better than 10 ball because you have to move more in 10 ball. 9 ball is more just, run
well
out.
Played.
Not as much
Wrong
traffic.
Let's watch the replay
not
of
as
that
much
last shot.
safeties played. All right, well, I'm going to pick Larry. I'm picking Larry to win this because Larry needs some support.
It's I've hit that wall where, in 15 minutes time I'll be okay, but I've hit the wall right now. The brain's in shutdown mode. Well, he's okay.
This kind of shot, I'm just going between the 8 and the rail every time. And I see guys in VP don't do that. They'll
check it
hit
up.
They'll hit inside on this. But you know what? It's not that hard to go in between it. You just got to understand the line the ball's running in. Because, hitting this with inside, it's a little bit tougher to make the ball. It's a little more sensitive.
Well, Larry's done it.
See, like that. That's the right way to play that shot. You just got to be confident you can move the cue ball on those lines. I can tell you that, in real life, good players they're going to go behind that ball. I mean, it'd have to be pretty tight to the rail for them not to. And there's Larry up 1-0 already. My horse is doing well.
Well, the unforced error from Spectre Dawn got punished. Nice little kick from Larry to nudge that one ball in. Where's the cue ball going?
Well,
that's exactly what he didn't want.
No, I mean, he wanted to break and run out.
Because,
let's see, who had the first break? It was Spectre Dawn, and he made a ball, right? I'm going to keep track of this. Didn't Spectre Dawn make a ball on the break, the first rack?
Yes. Fairly certainly made a ball. No, then again, now that I think about it, he couldn't have made a ball.
Yeah, he missed.
He made a ball in the break. He made a ball in the break, and he was on the one ball. Yes, he did.
So Larry's had one break, and he fouled. We're going to keep track of this, and then go look at the stats at the end of this.
For this
see if
match,
Larry's right or he's blowing air.
He's going to stay high on the 7 with no reason to try anything daft. Drop onto the 8. Roll the 9 in. 1 rack all.
Now, Spectre Don's got a good logo. Where's Cobra? Cobra, you here? Look at Spectre Don's logo.
That's a stormtrooper. That's nothing exciting.
Yeah, but the quality of it, the way it looks,
And he
doesn't look like it came out of a bad horror movie.
And is he holding
cartoon.
Is he holding a cue? I think he's holding a cue.
Yeah, he's chalking his cue up. I mean,
oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mark that down as another scratch, Steve.
So that's another break for Spectre Don, and he fouled.
And there's an 8-9 dead combo.
I've seen your logo. Well, not your logo. I've seen your player. Is your logo different? Or your logo's the same thing?
Who are we talking
about? Your
about?
logo's the same as your player picture.
My logo?
Oh, Larry's.
Oh, Larry's.
Oh, he's changed his player picture. He's gone to the old mechanical mouse, which I would never recommend. Is that what he's really playing with now? Is a mechanical mouse?
Let's have a look. Thanks, Steve. It works. Did you send him that mouse?
No, I did not send him a mouse. If I sent him a mouse, it would be an optical mouse, not one of those. The problem with those things is, little belly button lint, and next thing you know, you're losing the rack.
Oh, that's the underside of the mouse, is it? Is that the ball?
Yeah, that's the underside of a mechanical mouse.
That's probably lying in Larry's drawer next to the computer, and he won't go near it.
That's his backup in case the trackball breaks.
Yeah, I always sat there. Many's the time I've sat there with the ball rolling about the table while I scrape the gunge and all sorts off the little runners to stop it jamming and giving mouse farts to VP4. Yeah. Those were the days.
They get lint, they get hair, they get gunk.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
Well, that wasn't the best of places to be, but I mean, as long as you pot the 8 ball, you're potting the 9, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's going in every day.
Larry's up 2-1. Larry's going to break. Let's see what he does on the break here.
Larry says Larry says it's a joke. That actually sunk in, Larry. We worked that one
out. Okay, so he made a ball on the break and he didn't foul. So
yeah, 6 ball is gone. This has got to be a good shot. Big stun to the side rail by the look of it.
He did not go for the big stun.
Yeah.
He should have gone for the big stun.
Yeah.
You were right there, Hugh. That was the shot to play.
The commentator's eye spotted it.
This is not a terribly difficult billiard.
Yeah. Looks reasonable. He doesn't want to catch the back half of the 9 though. Yeah, now he's caught it in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing that with a little bit of left English. I think it makes it easier to make it.
Set up for that though. He's not left anything easy.
Yeah, well, he's in dead roll, that's for sure.
Jump cue to the rescue.
The greatest player that ever lived does not use a jump cue.
Well, I've never seen. It's never ever been witnessed anywhere. I don't think that you'll ever see. What do you call him? Efren with a jump cue. I think that's a foreign object to him.
Yeah, I wish they'd just ban it from pool. I think it's not a good thing for pool.
Earl's entirely against him as well.
Well, I think if you took a vote of the players, you'd find that not very many people would vote for having jump cues. It's not. It makes the game worse, not better.
Is Bill in the stream? I bet Bill's not in the stream. Bill will have gone back to work or something. Because what I was going to suggest is we ban jump cues from VP4 and we all get a refund. That'll annoy some people. That would really annoy people. That would annoy Bill.
Well, Larry's got a chance here to go up 3-1. And certainly looks like he probably will. There's not any trouble on this table.
Well, the good thing about where the 9 ball is if you overhit the shot up towards the 9 with the cue ball, and even if you overhit it and go to the short side to the top rail, you're still probably going to have a half decent cut. Well, he's now bumped to 9, and this is a tightish 8 ball. He's got to come up and down the table back into play. Oh dear. Well, there you go. And the cue ball's going to scratch as well.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, that's not good.
That was a bit of a disaster. That gets the full booner. Well, there's Bill. Yeah, that was a crazy idea I had there, Bill. We're just talking about jump cues in real life.
Well, I use mine. I mean, it's just I'd rather them be banned. But if they're going to be legal, I'm going to use it.
Ball's in the break again there.
So there's the break. There's ball made.
Couple of balls gone. 2 and the 8's gone. No shot in the 1, I don't think. Can he get to it? Can he tweak that?
I think he has to twist it. He's going to jump it.
Yeah 3 ball goes in.
Jump shot. Wow, this is coming up roses there.
This is going to be a quick reply.
Yeah, well, that's the old 2-game swing there, and could cost them more. I mean, you make them say, "Whoa, this is a crazy shot here." I don't know what the heck he was doing. There's no reason to do that. You just go in between the 6 and 9 to the long rail. I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
Well, a bit like Stubby will get away with it because he pots everything he can see most of the time. Bill said he's got a jump cue in real life. He used it twice.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we didn't have them. Like, you play one pocket, you don't get to use a jump cue. Basically the.
Well, that would totally kill. That would totally. It would really. To me, that would spoil the game altogether. If they stuck jump cues in one pocket, people bouncing the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
So that one, I think, was dry. Fairly certain it was. Yep, dry break. Yeah. And rack number 6.
Somebody pulled that move on Efren. All right, so Spectre Dawn, another break, and that one was dry. Yeah, somebody pulled that move on Efren gambling. They got in the game, and Efren one pocket game, and the guy pulls out a jump cue, and Efren says, "What are you doing? You can't use a jump cue on one pocket." And the guy says, "Well, we never agreed on that." So the guy used the jump cue, and Efren still drilled him. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a pretty good player that did this to him.
That's a bit sort of underhand, isn't it? I mean, that's a bit sort of. I mean,
hey, you've got no idea. You guys in the UK that come in the pool late and stuff, you've got no idea what it was like here.
We play cricket with a straight bat, as the English say, if you know what I mean. You know, fair and square. Well, this is going to be a little tricky 3-ball. Let's have a quick look. It's off the rail.
Yeah, just roll this thing. I mean, position's
Cue ball
just
out
about
for the 4.
automatic.
Yeah, not a
You
problem
just need
with
to
the
make
4.
sure you're below it. And he is. That's perfect.
Now, is he going to dink down into the gap, or is he going to leave it for the combo? Well, he's going
to dink it. That's probably the smart play because you didn't really have to do anything.
So looking for the 2-rat gap now. Spectred on, should be there.
So let's see. It was Spectre Don's break, and he didn't make a ball, right?
Yeah.
And then Larry missed her. Spectre Don got back to the table somehow. How did he get back to the table? I missed that.
I can't remember. I was reading the chat. I was looking at Bill's comment.
All right. As long as I know he didn't make a ball on the break.
So,
all right. So it's Spectre Don's break again. So this is number 5. And he's got a ball down.
8 and 7.
The cue ball's up. So that's ball made.
No shot in the 1. Well, no easy shot in the 1. Does it go past the 9? Yes, it does. I thought it didn't go past the 9 there. It does go. And he's bound to be on the 2 if he gets it.
If you're going to run into the 3, you got to open this up. Otherwise, you don't want to run into it. And he chose not to. I think that was a good choice. Didn't have to do anything.
Well, this is Spectred on motoring now because I can't see where he's going to go wrong here.
This has come back to the end rail and go back up. You just got to get the line right. He underhit it. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to play for the side pocket, but I would have gone back up into the middle of the table.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's gotten perfect on it in the side.
Little roll through it. Just drop down. When he's looking at it, he might, he is rolling through, or he might jag down and stun.
No, he's going to roll through here.
No,
he went that way.
He went for the cut.
Well, I don't know why he just didn't roll through. It looked pretty natural.
Just to confuse us.
Yeah, I'd be shooting this in the 5-ball in the corner probably.
I think Larry played Spectred on in one of these finals a couple of weeks ago. Larry will remember.
That pull cue that Stormtrooper has a pretty big tip on it. What's that, like a 30mm tip he's got on that cue?
I'm just wondering whether it's a lightsaber. A Stormtrooper with a lightsaber cue.
All right, so 6 break for Spectre Don.
3-rat gap. Ball in the break.
Ball's in, no foul. So he's made 4.
And he's on the 1, and he's out. Look at the table. He's out again.
Don't commentator curse him.
Oh no, he's not going to mess this up. They're all there.
All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom while he's running out.
He does this too well. That's where Larry probably is at the moment because he knows he's not getting back to the table. And he's just rolling through again. Roll through far enough, and he has done. Typical join the dots. This is the easiest way to do the game. And enough angle, I think, for the little stun down. Nope. Just a little roll through. I should have went round to look at it. I never do. Too tired at this time of night. Moving a mouse is too much work. Pace is nice. And Spectre Dawn's found his gear. 6-2.
Got back just in time. So Spectre Dawn breaks again.
And it's dry.
And that one looks dry. So that's his 7th break.
Oh, now Larry's got a 1-2 combo straight away here. Look at this for a shot. This is going in every day of the week. It's unmissable as far as I can see, as long as he gets the cut right in the one.
Yeah, that'd be hard to miss. The thing you got to do is get a shot on the 1 ball.
And he has.
Yeah, he has by unusual means.
Well, Larry's got to try and get motoring as well. This is a critical shot here straight away.
Yeah, well, you got to decide how you're going to play this, because that 6 ball is definitely in play.
And that'll do it. That worked.
Shield double kiss. He took a chance there, but he got away with it. Let's see what he's going to do here. I would always be going to the end rail here. Yeah. Well, Larry should be out here. I said that before, and he somehow screwed up. But
yeah, I don't think he's. You see, this is where Larry's like a caged animal. He's in a corner, and he's annoyed, and he's going to be fully focused.
well, he's hitting this the right way. That's what you want to do. Keep the angle.
Spectre Dawn's been sitting there poking him with a stick, annoying Larry, and Larry's just going to get motivated.
Well, you know, the thing about this winter breaks is you can make up ground.
It's all in your own hands, yep. And he needs a little roll now for a couple of racks if he can, just to get his get himself back in the game.
All right, so Larry gets another break.
Ball in the break.
A ball.
Ball in the side.
No foul.
Where's the 1 ball though? No shot.
Yeah.
Now does he want to push up and risk giving Spectre Dawn a bank on the 1 onto the 9? Does he want to do that?
This is tough to push to. If you're going to push here, I think you push to a different kick shot. So I don't like this because
that's a cut. He's left a cut on for Spectre Dawn. I mean
he's
wasn't
left a 2-way shot. He's left a free shot on the 9 and a chance to play safe at the same time.
I think Larry was trying to get to the Spectre Dawn set it too thin.
It was a trap.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
What it was.
But
it was a trap and successful.
I'm not sure whether Larry trying to get to the long rail there on the left side and didn't hit it. But well, that's one of a few, very few errors from Spectre Dawn. But Larry's been given that opportunity. He should pounce. Well, I'm now up to 568 subscriptions. About maybe about 15 or 20 in the last couple of weeks. Oh dear.
Ouch.
Well, you can't afford those. Not when you're trailing by 3.
Yeah, I'd hit this with a lot of draw. Use the 7 as a rail and draw it back off the 7 ball. He's not going to do that. He's going forward.
Oh, he's overcut it. He's took his eye right off the ball there, Spectre Don. Well, Larry,
Yeah, well,
here's your invitation to the
worried
party.
about what is happening with the cue ball and just
Yeah, maybe he was overthinking it.
popped up a fur ball there.
Well, this is the second chance Larry's had, and this is, he's given up this rack. Suddenly he's going to be back to within 2.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to mess it up this time.
And again, we're now 3 hours and 11 minutes into this tournament, so if you're going to stay into the deep end of the tournament, it's a bit of sitting about and waiting, and the fatigue sets in. In Larry's case, it might be dinner time he's thinking of, whereas Spectre Dawn is thinking of bed, a bit like me. So rack number 11, Larry's break. And dry. Definitely dry.
Yeah. Well, that hurts.
Oh, well, that took everything off that. And I think he's still okay, is he?
Easy bank shot. Oh,
he's
I'm
on
looking
it.
at the 3. He's got a 2 ball still. Never mind. Yeah, he's fine.
How's that 7 ball look? Because the 6 ball, again, the 6 ball's handy for getting down onto the 7. No problem with the 7.
Boy, he's trying to get on this side of the 3 ball and risk hooking himself, but he hit it good. Now it's simple.
Still got to leave that little angle in the 7, which will be fine.
Yeah, see, I'd roll all the way to the end rail here every time, just because it's more reliable.
And that little angle's fine.
Yeah.
7 ball's about 5 millimetres off the rail. And of course, the dry break gets full punishment.
Okay, so Spectre Dawn is breaking. And
dry as well.
It's a dry one, but it's a good dry one.
Alright, I think it's a bit too close for trying to jump. Very strong chance of one of the balls ended up off the table. You want a better push out, Larry.
Yeah, that's not good enough. There's a lot of options here.
Now he's going, trying to just use the 3, I think.
Yeah, I don't like this option. I think this is a little tricky. I hit it good. No, not good enough. That was the problem with that shot. There's a lot of speed dependency there. I probably would have tried to hit that with right English and catch the left side of the 1, bring the 1 straight across, and try to get him on the 3. Yeah, this isn't any good.
Well, it's awkward.
Very awkward, but you just play safe.
Now, can he get the gap between the 9 and the rail? And can he get the one thin enough to do that?
No, he cannot get to that gap.
What?
If you're going to shoot this, you got to shoot it in a left-hand pocket and take it 2 rails.
Oh dear.
Well, he tried to play safe, did not succeed.
Well, here we go again.
Well, Larry put another trap down, and Spectre Don fell for it.
Well, this is a little testy one. Getting that little roll through. He's almost on it.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Now, the only thing, let me have a look at the shot. The only thing is, he wants to put a bit of right on this, but the 5's in the way.
No, you just want to come straight.
Or does he
just
want to
barely miss the 5 ball. He's going to draw it, it looks like.
No, he needs to get this. Well, that'll do it. That's one way of doing it.
Yeah, that was. I would have gone close to the 5, because even if you bump the 3 a little, you're bumping it towards the pocket. You just had to get it past the 5 ball.
And now from this 4 ball, he's going to go 3 rails to get on the right side of the 5. I would assume.
He's coming back, and I think this is the right shot.
If he's got the angle, that's a simpler way of doing it.
Well, it was a little tricky going forward. I mean, that was a good shot there, because that's kind of a speed-sensitive shot with a draw. Decision time. He's going to back this up and get an angle. And
obviously, he's got a decision to make here, because
I think he's going to go forward, because it's going back stuff here. He's just got to decide which corner up here he's going to play for. And it looks like he's going to play for the one down the rail. This will go right behind that 9 ball. If you hit it
inside the
right
9, yeah.
It should go right between the rail and the 9. If you underhit this, you could scratch. Or even hit the 9, which is no good. Yeah, it'd be hard to hit the 9. As long as you don't baby this, you're fine.
Oh dear.
And he missed
Let's
the ball.
watch the replay of that last shot.
Got to come up with something unexpected. Never expected him to miss the ball.
Yeah, he took his eye off the pot.
Well, he overcut it, and maybe he was trying to hit that side of the pocket because he was worried about the scratch. But at the speed he hit it, the scratch wasn't on.
Where's that cue ball? It's fine. So, up past the side pocket, cut the 9 in, and you're on the hill for yet another Friday night 9 ball.
All right, so Spectre Don breaking. This is rack number 13 or 12? 12. It's rack number 12 or 13?
No, this is number 13. It's 8-4.
Let's see. 6, 7. Yeah, this is rack 13. This is Spectre Don's 9th break. Larry's had 4. And it's a dry one.
It's dry and no shot for
Larry.
Larry.
To tighten up this 9 ball rack a little too. These guys can't make balls on the break.
Well, there's danger here. The number of areas where you push this, because you can still play the cut onto the 7. Although the 7, I think, is right on the shot. No, it's not. It's off. It's off the rail.
Yeah, this is too easy a safety. He can just go to the end rail. Well, not that way. I was thinking you bank the one down towards the other end of the table and just put the cue ball down on the end rail. That's no good right there. Yeah, Spectre Don, you know, he's a lot like Cobra, but I don't think he moves as well as Cobra.
Well, he's going to
he runs out good, but moving game may be worse than Cobra's.
Yeah, try and move this with a jump stick. It's a bit close.
Yeah, that should be doable.
He might have had a bit of English on that there.
Doesn't do any good to not make it. That's the thing, is like with jump shots, if you're going to shoot a jump shot, you're jumping to make the ball or you're jumping to get safe. And if you don't do it, then...
There's Larry trying to bump the 5 here.
No good. Yeah, that's what you'd want to do, is roll at the 5 or even a little inside of it. He's going inside of it. He hit that one ball a little thin, I think. Nice. And that's perfect. Couldn't get any better on this. Probably going to bump the 4. Maybe not. He's just going to... Yeah, I might have bumped the 4 there.
I think you're right, Steve, because this is now gone pear-shaped. It's awkward.
Yeah, he's still okay. He just has to make the ball. The shape's automatic. Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah,
now.
He's fine.
Recovered. So anybody still watching at this time of night or this time of the afternoon, depending where you are in the world, don't forget, we've got the Saturday night 9-ball league tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, 1900 British summer time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central for Rob if he's still there, and 11 a.m. Pacific. I think that covers all bases this time. That'll keep Rob happy.
You forgot the Filipinos. I believe it's 2 a.m. in the Philippines on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday morning. Don't forget about Team Piñas. I don't like that word.
Piñas.
Yeah, it always comes out like a Freudian reference.
Well, it's a long road back for Larry. No missed pull now, Larry. Pot everything you see.
GTs on the West Coast. All right, so Larry breaks and he breaks dry.
Yeah, and of course when Larry breaks dry, he leaves the 1 ball on, 2 ball over the side, 3 ball down the rail, 4 ball up top left, 5 ball middle of the table, 6-9 combo for the match.
Yeah,
but
this is...
but Spectre Don's more or less reluctant to be doing that.
That was a good shot there.
He might have even hoped to get a bump on that 6 there.
Yeah, this is tough here on this 3 ball. He's just going to dink it. That's a good shot there.
Now, let's see what he does.
That's a shot in real life. A lot of guys don't like to shoot hitting it that easy.
I wonder whether look at where the 5 ball is. So, I mean, he's got no problem in getting good on that long rail on the side to be playing the 6-9.
Yeah, he's going to play the combo. I mean, there's no reason not to at this point. Oh, he's come up short.
Short.
Well, now it's going to get more interesting. He's kind of on the 50-yard line here. I think he's going to shoot it in the corner with a little inside English. I think that's the shot. Otherwise, you hit this with a little outside, and you try to run into the 9 ball. That's the other way you could do it. He's looking like he wants to shoot in the side pocket. I don't like that. definitely cut in the corner. You just got to decide whether you're going to hold it with inside and shoot the combo or run into the 9 with a little outside. See, I would never shot that back cut because it was not only was a shot hard, it was too unpredictable on the cue ball.
Well, Larry's got a simple enough shot to get good on the 6.
Yeah.
The pace
looks like he's
is getting him there.
Good on it.
It's getting him there.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Oh dear.
He hit that with a lot of speed.
Oh, I thought the 6 was going to go.
Yeah, I think he hit that with too much speed.
Yeah, well, that's Larry's last shot.
Yeah, probably. And this shot can be messed up, though. He didn't mess it up. All right, that's it. It's Dundee. So let's figure out these dry break percentages. Let's see here. We got 5 breaks and 2. So Larry's at 60%. And then we've got, oh no, there's a foul there too. I take it back. Yeah, that's right.
So well done to Spectre Dawn.
50%.
Another Friday night 9-ball. Let's have a look at the stats.
He had 9 breaks. 9 minus 1 is 8 divided by 4. That's 50% too. I think they're both 50% on the dry breaks. Too many R's in that, Larry.
Spectre Dawn. Right. Break stats. Larry had 11 breaks. Mind you, this is a 2 matches though, Steve, isn't it?
Oh no, they played 2 matches, so you can't tell.
That's right. It's the 2 matches. But anyway, Spectre Dawn had 5 run-outs from the break, and Larry had none according to that.
So much for that plan.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And Spectre
I
Dawn,
had these guys both at 50% dry breaks for this match.
7 racks run in the 2 matches for Spectre Dawn, 2 for Larry. Racks high run 2 for Spectre Dawn, 1 for Larry. Money ball shot. It's 100%.
Was good.
So
good night, Spectre.
So that was all good in theory until we realised that they played each other twice.
They've played before.
Right, guys, I'm going to make it short and sweet and bid you all good night. I'm heading to bed. Yep. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Take care and keep your eye out for the matches over the weekend. They'll be worth watching. Right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you later.
Good night, ladies.
make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.